Alrighty. So, is the mic back? I hope it's back. I did have to do a bit of computer setup last time. If you don't know, this is all being recorded and uploaded to a YouTube channel, and the hard drive it was recording on was getting a little bit full. So I ended up having to unplug everything, put in that new hard drive, a new hard drive that I'd gotten, and get it all set up again. And I think that might have messed with some settings. You're good now? Excellent. Okay, well, my whole intro has gone. Anyway, what I was saying before, last time we had sailed around the top of the Sunless Sea, going back and forth up here for our sigil-ridden navigator. We finally dropped over at Codex, where he took a vow of silence. We got a Searing Enigma, I believe it was, for his departure. Yep, Searing Enigma. We have, unfortunately, got some things still left in our hull that we... hold, I suppose it is. Hull is this. Our hold, which is some things we need to offload. One of those, which I just did, completely muted, apparently, was the strange catches. We've got 10 of them. We gave one to the bandaged Poissonnier. We've never had that happen before, where we've had 2 successes, I think. And now he no longer wants strange catches or live specimens. He has something else going on with him. We also need to get these bales of parabola linen. We have 5 spare, and that is because there is a officer over at Mount Palmerston. I believe, I want to say the Merciless Modeste. I could be wrong about that, but I want to say that it is her that's up there. There is an officer who requires 5 bales of parabola linen to be persuaded aboard our ship. And so we'll need to go drop that off. We've also got this romantic literature, which has... we offloaded some of it. We came back with 10, but apparently you can't actually offload it in Fallen London proper. We didn't take this into account. Luckily, we got rid of 7 of it once we completed the Merchant Venturer's quest. He wanted some romantic literature for his follow-up one, and we just immediately turned that in. But we do still have 3 to offload, and we've got a whole bunch of strange catches, which we need to do something with. And that'll be something we try to figure out. We apparently can't give any more to the bandaged Poissonnier. But we have progressed his questline a little bit. So let's go look at what he's interested in here. A squelch, then a quivering thunk. The bandaged Poissonnier has thrown a strange catch across the galley, then a knife. Is something wrong? A limitation. The ingredients are fine. It is my hands that are deficient. There are piquant jewels hiding in the vitals of these creatures, but I cannot extract them. One slip and the taste is contaminated. He paces the galley. I need to improve my butchery. Can you take me to the Chelinet? No one knows more about gutting than the bone men. Interesting. So, bandaged Poissonnier now wants to go to the Chelinet. We have been visiting the Chelinet pretty regularly. We've been putting them as part of our standard trade route with the Chelinet. What was it? Aestival, where we gather boxes of sunlight, going to the Nook, where we trade it for sapphires, and then to the Chelinet, where we trade those sapphires straight for Echo. And that's how we've managed to have a decent trade route, making us about 500 Echoes profit every time. I don't know if I'd necessarily want to do that. I feel like it's getting a little bit repetitive, but if he wants to go there, who am I to say no? And there are a few locations on the way that we can go and figure out stuff in. So let's go write that down. The bandaged Poissonnier. Let's go to the Chelinet. He's also got a very fun name to say. Poissonnier. Poissonnier. It's very fun. But now we know about that. We do also have this Carnelian exile. We do need to figure out the answer to your question. I believe her question was whether we would sail over the eastern edge of the map with her. And it seemed like a very endgame sort of thing. We have been reassured, at least by chat, that it probably doesn't change too much based on the answer. And I've been sort of thinking about this in the intervening time. I think I'm going to think I'm going to call the sea our home because we have been pretty attached. We've not been looking for a proper departure from the sea. We're planning on going to Aestival and setting up our kingdom there. But that is still very much an island. That is very much still on the sea. So I think I'm going to call the Z my only home. You are a Z captain. The old black ocean under the world. It's 100 ports. You'll live and die here. The exile smiles. Destiny is destiny, she says softly. You are the captain I would choose to follow across the Z. If time comes for you to claim your burning name, speak with me again. I cannot enter the name's prison, not anymore. She taps her glass, but perhaps you can. We've gained some veils for that. Interesting. So, what, pray tell, is the name's prison? Interesting. Let's speak to the exile about it. Speak to the exile about name's prison. How will you reach it when you find it? Behind her glasses, you sense somehow that she has closed her eyes. You must have mastered the map, she says softly, entered in the house of every power, and you'll need to bring a burning truth to match the burning name. So, presumably that's talking about probably a Searing Enigma. There is another level of Searing Enigma. There's one level above that I've seen before, and I think that's a trade over in Irem, I want to say. But I can't quite remember exactly what it's called. I think it's 10 of whatever that, one of whatever that is for 10 Searing Enigmas. So it's got to be very rare, considering how rare Searing Enigmas themselves are. But we have that. Tireless Mechanic. We could invite him to dine with you. I don't think we've progressed in his plot at all. The Cannoneer we actually have progressed in. He wants us to go down to the Iron Republic. He's been chasing down the trail of a weapon that I believe the Admiralty or somebody has been hiding. We went over to the Iron and Misery Co. funging station over here and bribed our contact there, who told us it had something to do with Aestival down here. When we went over there, it was suggested that we actually picked up a weapon part, I want to say, and we now have to go to the Iron Republic to figure out exactly how that weapon part fits in with everything, and that's actually taking up a space in our hold here. The Seal of the Red Science. So we don't exactly know what's up with that, but maybe in the Iron Republic we will find the knowledge on what that is. Other than that, we've got a little bit of a route here. Since we are planning on going to the Chelonate, we might as well do the trade from Aestival to Nook to the Chelonate. I might burn quite a few echoes. Well, actually, hold on here. So the issue that we're having right now is that we did not get our terror reset when we came back to Fallen London. Usually, if you have something to wait to, it will reduce your terror to 50. And we are at 53 now, which is just about there, but typically we'd be able to reduce it lower than that for a cheaper cost. We have already spent 100 or 200 echoes sleeping in our study, in our lodgings, that is. But that has only reduced it to 50, and I was hoping to reduce it quite a bit lower than that, especially if we are going to Nook, which we need to do to drop off the mirror catch boxes of sunlight if we go to Aestival. If we do not reduce it below 50, we will have a chance, not necessarily a super high chance, nor is it very dangerous to us, but a chance of getting an encounter with the Constant Companion, who will, one, freak me out because he's creepy crawly and horrific in all the wrong ways, and two, he will damage our ship. Now, we do have the hull to tank him now, at least a little bit. He does about 40 damage per hit, which means we could go surface really fast, hopefully 1 or 2 hits, and that wouldn't take up too much of our hull. But there's a... I would really not like to face that. Can you be horrific in all the right ways? I would argue yes. I would argue that creeping existential horror is the right way to be horrific, not the creepy crawly type of horror. Creeping existential horror I can deal with, because I just bury my head in the sand and ignore things. Creepy horror. If you bury your head in the sand, they just creep into your eyeballs or something. It's not very nice. But before we set off to do anything, I think we'll do a short run today. We do actually have quite a bit of fuel. We could just go to the Iron Republic, So sail south to the Iron Republic to Port Carnelian, and then kind of weave our way up to Mount Palmerston. We wouldn't get to the Chelonid or anything like that. But the reason that I would do that, and I'd try to collect as many various port reports on the way as I could, would be once we get back to Fallen London, we could reduce our terror, and then we could head up the Cumaean Canal. Now, before I do that, I do want to offload our strange catches, which I'll actually have to look around here. Not entirely sure who wants a strange catch. The Chelonid, I'm predicting here, though I could very much be wrong, might want it, or they might sell it. Let's see if I can find them in our undersea economy here. No, they don't seem to want those. At the moment, we have much too many strange catches than we really need, and they're taking up a whole lot of inventory space. I'd really like to offload them somewhere, and hopefully at a profit at that. We have been getting them basically for free since we convert a strange catch to a live specimen over at the Uttershroom, and then we convert that live specimen into 7 more strange catches. But offloading them other than by doing quest lines has been a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I'm looking around here. I'm not seeing any place where we can sell our strange catches. Interesting. That's a bit of a problem. We were planning on heading to the surface via the Cumaean Canal that we've had so much fuel. But before we do that, I think I'd like to bring some trade goods up there. I'm not exactly sure what would probably be the best trade goods. Mushroom wine, I think, might be a good option. I think that is a pretty common thing in the Neath that will be much less common when you go to the surface, considering, mushroom. The other thing that I'm sort of predicting but sort of unsure about is coffee beans. Now, I think the description of coffee beans, if we go out of our map and into the... Do we have any in our hold? No, we'll just have to go to the shop. I believe that the description of dark drop coffee beans, yes, they are, I think, vaguely from hell or from mushrooms themselves, because we can get them occasionally in the Iron Republic, and then they're very common in Port Carnelian and Adam's Way. They're very cheap there, which are both things that are close to the southern jungle of the Isles. And so I feel like that is probably something that would be very valuable on the surface, considering the surface actually has sunlight, and coffee is very much a saving factor for having to get up in the sun, let me tell you. But still, to do that, we still got to get rid of these bloody strange catches. I am really not seeing much of a place. Oh, scratch that. Oh, scratch that, scratch that. I was looking in Irem, and I did see a strange catch on the menu there. Unfortunately, the strange catch is for sale, not for purchase. We would be able to buy strange catches there if we didn't have any for 25 Echo, which is quite annoying. They're very much just taking up space at this point, and I'd really like to offload them somewhere. Maybe I'll have to confirm this. Maybe we'll be able to offload them in rack. Double check here. Or no, it's not rack. It is... Is it rack? I think it might be rack. Because they are starving there. They buy and sell in supply over in rack, but... shoot. No, it doesn't look like it's there at all. Blast. Yeah, I have no idea where to offload this stuff. Though I do know one location that I'm not sure if it's a repeatable thing. We might only be able to do one, which is Venderbite. In Venderbite, there is the restaurant where we picked up the bandaged poissonnier from. I think it's the Vengeance of Jonah is the name of it. And there is a trade there where you can trade a strange cast and you have a lucky chance of getting a positive effect, I want to say. But I don't know if that's a single affair or if that's something you can do repeatably, and I don't know if it always gives you something back. I think it might I think it gives you supply, but I'm not sure if that's regardless of a success or failure, or if it is just a failure. But either way, I think I'd want to reduce our strange catch number to, I'd say 2 at the most. 1 we can be able to trade in the Uttershroom for, and then we'll have 1 spare, should we need that for any reason. So I think we'll go and try to do that. We'll get that on the way back. So our current plan, we're going to do a short trip from Fallen London all the way to the south to Port Carnelian, and then we'll stop off kind of zigzagging between the locations here. It's been a long time since we visited Iraq, and we might stop by there. And in fact, we might stop by there earlier rather than later, since it is an underwater location and our terror is rather high. But we might stop off there just to see how everything's going. See if our payment for the ships we've been sending there, and I think we actually did let a ship know not to go there. So they may be in worse off situations. The reason that Iraq, we've been sending ships to Iraq is so they can sink them and take their materials, their supplies, because they are kind of starving down there. So we might hit up that location first. Just skip over Mutton Island, perhaps, and go straight to Rack, then the Cumane Canal, then the Iron Republic, all that sort of jazz. But we'll go all the way to the south. We'll trace our way up, hopping from location to location here, up until we get to Mount Palmerston. We will retrieve the Modeste, I think, the Merciless Modeste, the officer there, and then we will cross back over and make our way back down to Fallen London, where we can fill up on fuel again and head to the Cumane Canal and maybe go to the surface. And we'll ignore our current quests to go over to the Chelonnet and the Gant Pole and all the other locations here on the eastern side of the map. It's been a long time since we've just done a close run from Fallen London, so I think that is the route we will take. We have plenty of fuel. We've got a fair bit of supply. We'll fill up some more in Port Carnelian, or maybe the Iron Republic if they have a good trade over there. And we'll double check everything here before we go. We'll have specimens and long boxes. We could get a long box from Station 3. And in fact, we might. Or maybe that's Shepherd Isles. But we trade a hunting trophy for that, which we've got a fair amount of. They don't take up any space, though, so I'm not too worried about that. We could get more crew. I think 20 is fine. It's a little bit over half, about 4 crew members over half of 32 here. So I think we should be fine. And even once we get to half, we've got, I think, about 3 sailors before we start going to half power, to half speed. We could carouse on the docks. We've already seen what's in the Rose Market for us, and I think we're all good here. We do have vital intelligence we could give to him, but I don't think we shall. And we don't have any more port reports save for Mount Palmerston. Actually, no, we'll go turn that in too, because we will be going to Mount Palmerston anyway. So that's our plan. Remember to reduce terror if you can. I may do one more rest in the house. It'll take up some echo from us, but it will get us below 50. I think it reduces it by 15 every time. Oh, you know what? A way to get rid of a ton of strange catches. Create a Whispering Trophy case. Problem solved. Okay, I totally forgot about that. And that'll leave us with the perfect number, the exact number that we wanted to hear of strange catches remaining. Okay, why did I even think about this so hard? Well, let's create another one of these trophies. We've gotten 3 of them, 3 out of the 5. Only 2 that are left are 1 live specimen and these strange catches which we have. So let's create a Whispering Trophy case. Yes, when the bones are emplaced, you will hear them when you sleep. And this will increase our veils by 7. Advice from the deep. It's only dreams, of course. Cities of pearl, towers of ivory, the spined and lanky creature that hisses advice in your ear. The chilly caress of currents. But each morning when you rise from sleep, the Z is a little more familiar. Gained 7 veils. Lovely. Fantastic. It's always nice to have more veils. We've lost those strange caches, and we've lost 7 secrets, which is fine. We'll accumulate secrets slowly as we sail across the sea here. But that is great. That has reduced our capacity hold storage by 6. We now have 6 extra spaces in there because we will carry the... let's see if I can find it. The Whispering Trophy case here. And if we needed more veils, we could equip it to auxiliary, but I'm going to keep the We Are Clay in there because I think that's a very useful solution. Maybe we should get something for the bridge as well. Let's save that perhaps for after we return from the surface. I want to keep our echo as much as I can from the surface. I want to see if there's any unique goods we can get up there for very cheap that we can't get down here, or that we can sell here, rather, for a hefty price. But with that all finished, I'll go sleep the night away. I don't think I actually did that. Yeah, I did not. Let's go rest here. And our Menace of Yearning Burning is now at 0. Oh, I wonder if that's actually going to increase or decrease on the surface, because Yearning Burning, I believe, is from the Dawn engine. And they kind of have something to do with sunlight. And I think we actually have something, we get it when we're in Aestival if we fail that challenge too. So I wonder if that will increase or decrease there when we go to the surface. But that'll be a question for later. We don't have anything here that needs to be done. Okay. After all this prep, all of this talking, we are finally ready to set off. First across to the salt lines, then down to Rack. So let's get going here. We'll turn our lights off to preserve fuel. Though we do have a fair amount, it's always better to have more than you need, especially since we're going to be burning 22 of it to go up to the surface here in a moment. Well, in quite a while, depending on the trip length, and it's probably going to be a trip length of about, I'm going to estimate at least an hour, because we are going full top to bottom here, which takes quite a bit of time. But we'll skirt our way around all of these locations down here, down past the lightship, and now that we're finally out to Z, we will flip our lights back on. Now, I wonder if the salt lines will ever actually have something else happen there, because they got abandoned. They were under construction when we were there, but they've been abandoned ever since we donated our options to the folks at the Grand Geode, I want to say. It's also from sunlight. I know they're running sunlight mirror catch boxes. Increases it slowly. Okay, that I did not know. So that might be something that is good to remember. I guess we'll get that menace when we're on the surface then, if it's from sunlight. We'll grab the port report from here. Nothing has really happened, and we'll pick over the encampment. Steady breeze blows from the north, ozone and ice, the false stars prickle above, the salt lines wait for their end. Okay, so nothing too much happening there, we only got a fragment for our visit. Oh, what is this? A pirate frigate? A very stuck pirate frigate? Sure, we can go and settle things with him. We are very capably behind him. So we'll go and sink him. Easy prey is always nice. Looks like we picked up some supplies and some fuel. Perfect. As well as even more fuel. Awesome. And now we can go over to Rack. Our terror is pretty good because we sunk that ship and we had that sleep away. So let's go and submerge early here. We'll head over to Rack. There it is. Now, I don't know if Rack progresses passively. I know there are a lot of locations that progress in time and stuff like that when we're actually there doing locations. I don't know if Rack is one of the ones that progresses passively, sort of like I think Mutton Island did. They have just generally progressed in time, but we'll see how Rack is doing. So we could go wrecking. If you can lure ships towards Rack, the wreckers may sink them. Oh, we can eavesdrop on them again and warn people off. We'll compile the port report, might as well. And we can taste the tether, should we need. And we can also consider the state of the city. So there must be some sort of time passing option here. The wreckers look sallow. Stores are running low, but there's food to subsist for a time. The poets may soon be out of paper, and the miners won't be able to make their explosives if their powder isn't refreshed. But the fair king ensures there's order. He goes without just as his subjects do. He sees that those who forsake their work for despair are flogged. Yeah, so it looks like most things here we can buy for supply. Ooh, including firkins of prisoners' honey. That's actually a rarer purchase. There are fewer places where you can get those. I don't think we'll get anything at the moment here. Not really in need, but I will go check where they want to wreck from. That's Guider's Morn, and might as well check on where they're trying to send their next people. I think if we warn off more people, that'll probably reduce the state of Rack. And I do like them. They seem very... They seem nice enough. They do sink and kill ships and stuff, and their crews and stuff, but they're just doing it so that they can actually eat. Their king is very fair, and we apparently have a connection to him somehow, which we've been slowly expanding on by tasting the tether. I don't actually know if the tether is showing us the same person every time, because we are getting different memories, but I'm not sure if they're all from the same point of view. Yeah, it's a very interesting state. Chaotic Ismay, hello. Howdy. Right, and Rack also contains the escaped composer, I want to say it is, who gave us the quest to go into Dahoot for. We haven't done that yet, but mostly because we do not trust Dahoot at all. It's apparently a place you can gain a lot of terror, and we've never really been there without terror, or with terror to spare, I suppose. We will eventually do that, I'm sure. But at the moment, no. I don't think we shall. I suppose while we're here, we can visit the Royal Hall. We can talk to the king. Any of the ships came in? Yes, we did. We got some scrap. Oh, we lost a little bit of terror. We gained a little bit of echo, just a smidge. I suppose we could also use our something awaits us here to approach the mirror. Let's see if there's anything better to do. Probably tasting the tether, right? And this is the kind of strange connecting pieces between here. It gives us visions. But it doesn't look like it uses our something awaits us. Maybe following the echo here. There we go. So, the escaped composer's here, and apparently we can sell a lot of drowny items to him. I would assume that these come from Dahoot, actually. Because Fathom King's Hold is kind of under the reign of the king. They don't seem like they have a lot of art going on there. I think these would all come from Dahoot. Very interesting. But apparently we can get drowny hymns, drowny love songs, and drowny songs in counterpoint. And give them to him for supplies and fuel. But not at the moment. We'll leave him to his music. So we'll go taste the tether first. There's a weed that grows on the broken ships. To taste it is a privilege reserved for successful wreckers. Within the rusting innards of a broken battleship, the wreckers keep the tether. It is guarded by heavy bulwarks and priests capable of launching cannonballs across a room with their bare hands. It is the glory of Rack. So I think we have put on the ring of bone. I think we have lifted the cup. I guess we shall now grasp the knife. A handle of horn, a polished blade. There are possibilities in so fine an instrument. Is the balance ever so slightly off? It winks at you in the light. The matron leads you to one of the many doors. You follow her into the darkness beyond. The matron lights a gas lamp. The room is modest with a well-kept bed in the center. Rest, allow your mind to wander. When you are ready, I will give you the tether. You look away, allowing your attention to settle on either the smell of a lamp or an envelope. I don't know if this actually means anything. I don't know if this gives us different stories or anything like that, I kind of want to stick with the envelope because we do know Nuncio is a place, the place where all lost packages end up, lost packages and letters. So I kind of want to check out the envelope, see if it gives any more information about that. So let's check out the envelope and how it reflects the light, how it is to hold it at last. Tether melts in your mouth. You smoke in bed, propped up by downy pillows. Yellow light floods from the window. You glance at the clock. Shouldn't the postal service run without rest now that the sun never sets? How much longer? Wait, was that the letter plate? You throw your sheets off and run to the door. There, a letter from her. You tear it open. She begins with, "My dearest." She ends with yes. Ah, okay, so we've gained a vision of the surface, 10 fragments, and we've gained another tasting. Not sure about this one, but this is apparently presumably a successful proposal. So we do know about that now. I'm actually not sure why the mile breaker, is the image for that. State of city is no more than 16, so we don't want it to get to 17, and we're currently at 12. So we may need to help them out a little bit more here. To that purpose, I might actually buy a firkin of prisoner's honey. I don't know if this is advancing passively. So I would like to keep this place from falling into ruin. That said, we don't have a ton of supply, and we're eating through it ourselves. Maybe we'll visit this location on the way up. It's not that far out of the way. We'll be heading up this kind of area anyway. And we do have folks to send there from Guiders Morn, so we might as well do that. So I think we'll go and set off now. Not much to do, nothing to buy, nothing to sell. And we'll head on out to the seafloor. We'll make our way over to, I suppose, a command canal. There's no harm in doing that. Little surface. I probably should spend a little more time on the seafloor. Or the Z floor, I suppose it is. We haven't really scoped out any of the mysteries other than the underwater cities. And I feel like there's probably a lot more information there. A lot more encounters and whatnot there. That I just haven't interacted with, because the Z floor scares the absolute bejesus out of me. Traveling there is just horrific. It scares me to no end. But now that we have this hardier ship, maybe I don't need to be quite as scared. For now, though, since we have a kind of short quest to go do, we'll just sail on the surface to the command canal. And elsewhere. I need to head a little bit more south. Okay, Command Canal is in reach. A little bit more south. There it is. Okay. We can see it. Okay. And we will go reach the Command Canal here. There's a Jilly Fleur just outside of town. We might go take that one on. Though we'll probably need 2 shots to take it down, and that will require a little bit of spacing in order to prevent us from getting thwacked by him. And then we'll listen for surface gossip. Okay, we'll give it visions of the surface. We can submit those in Vendor Bite, which we'll be going to anyway. So that's okay. I would have liked to move in the Great Game. That's another option that'll happen from there. But visions of the surface is also all right. We'll go take this fellow on. Assuming we actually charge. Please? Okay, he's sailing way out the way, so we'll just not deal with him. Terror is at 41, not too bad. Pretty... well, safe is probably not the right word. manageable would probably be the correct word there. And we've gone a little too far towards the land. Ah, but there is, I believe that's Adam's Doom, right? Yes, it is. I wonder if the names of locations connect, because there's an Adam's Way and an Adam's Doom. I wonder if this is the same Adam. And I bet it probably is. I bet there are a lot of locations that actually are tied to each other, sort of the same way that Codex and Wither and all that stuff is. Oh, the stars are changing. Let's see. Pigs. One Zailor sighs. It's always pigs. What's wrong with pigs? Bosun shakes a solemn head. Never ask about pigs at Z, he insists. Unlucky, but only one tear, so it's not the worst thing that could happen. And we are just about to the Iron Republic. We can also switch off our lights here. And I might just load up on fuel while we're here. Well, no. No, I shan't. We do need to get our supply storage back up to full. So we'll go grab a port report. Oh, we lost an iron for that. Come on, really? Oh, well. Wait a minute. Oh, this is different. I see. A bitter taste. You've written something. Your hand cramps. Your mouth is thick with a vile taste, as if you had been eating wasp. Your tongue burns. Your throat is sore. This place is not right. We've actually gained a port report and fallen in London, not here. I'm not going to do that again in case we lose iron some more. But we'll open up the markets here. And we can help out our tittering artificer here. We'll seek a tittering artificer's help to awaken the seal. And that's the fellow here that we've had this quest for a long time. We still don't have a forward slot, though. So we'll see what happens here. So we'll seek his help to awaken the seal. I know people here, the Cannoneer confides, from the old days. Perhaps we shouldn't talk about the old days. And we have the Judgment's Egg, so we'll be able to complete this quest, too. An awakening. The Cannoneer and the Artificer place the Judgment's Egg on the seal and apply their instruments. The light in the Artificer's chamber grows dim. This is what it sounds like when a soul screams. When they're done, the egg lies in shards, and the seal looks a little different, but there is a watchfulness about it. The Artificer shakes the Cannoneer's hand. I've missed working with you, she says. I've missed it so much. The Cannoneer grins that grin. Nearly done. We can mount it on the bridge if you like, but we'll need a housing if you want to use it further. It'll have to be heart metal. I knew a man long ago, but I hear he went to Station 3. Swam there, the story says. If you can get us the run of Station 3, I can get you in to see him. No, I don't know where Station 3 is. It's a secret. Interesting. So we've gained a searing enigma. We've lost our Judgment's Egg and the seal, and we have the awakened seal now. So we actually have an open bridge slot. Interesting. I suppose we might as well drop this in. Gives us 3 mirrors and iron. I hope this doesn't turn into a forward weapon. If this turns into a forward weapon, we won't be able to use it. If it stays on the bridge, I will be happy to have it as a weapon. I'd honestly prefer to have it as a weapon since we're not doing anything with the bridge at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently it is a sky-scarred hunk of meteoric iron the size of a wheelbarrow. Burning glyphs mark its flanks. A star spore lives in it. It's watching you. Are you sure you know what you're doing with this thing? And that'll give us 3 mirrors and 3 iron for just placing that up there, which is perfect. Oh, yes, but we should go check out the shops here. Oh, no, they're dealing with lamentable relics. We actually need these. I can't quite recall for what. I do know we need them for something. Shoot, I can't recall what we actually need them for. Net +1 iron thanks to the port report issues. Yeah, not a great trade-off there. I thought going back would actually get me the proper port report, but apparently it was just the same thing. And this is the House of Harms that deals with the lamentable relics. Have I actually written this one down? I don't know if I've gotten this this house before. Because there have been a few Iron Republic markets that we've interacted with, but noting them all down is very different. We've noted down the Gesundheit Conspiracy, the Market of Hungers, which is, I think, in my personal opinion, the best one. That deals with food, so we can get food cheaply is here as well. Yeah, so we have written down the House of Hungers. And I feel like there is one more that we have not written down, but I could be wrong about that. I believe somebody in chat once said that there were 4 markets, but we can't really do anything here. We're not going to buy anything with our single lamentable relic. We're not going to get any fuel. So we'll just set off down to, I suppose, the Grand Geode. With our slightly decreased amount of fuel. I think we still have enough to go across the ocean and everything. So we'll go and do that. Oh, that's right. When we get to the Grand Geode, we need to write down our new location for the Irrepressible Cannoneer, which is Guider's Morn? No, it is Station 3. Yeah, so there's the Grand Geode. No encounters with their shining battleships yet. Arms crossed that we won't have any encounters with them. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can see a dreadnought just in the south there. We'll grab the port report. We know that he also has an option for us to get the Aestival sunlight defense mechanism, so we can set up a defense against, well, the sunlight. You should say arms crossed instead of fingers crossed. Did I? I thought I said fingers crossed. Anyway, we probably will pursue this. Dread Surmise. That's the one that is above a burning question. Burning. Where'd it go? Searing Enigma. That's the one. A Dread Surmise. We have no idea how to get that. But let's go write down our Irrepressible Cannoneer's quest. Which is to go to Station 3. Okay. That's all set. Will we go speak with somebody in authority? No, because that'll probably give us sunlight. The Sunlight Menace. What is it? Yearning Burning. That's the one. So we'll go and set off without talking to the person in charge. I like the image of a bunch of sailors standing on deck with their arms tightly crossed for luck. Yeah, for luck. It's definitely not the stress of standing on a ship in the middle of the sea where there's no sunlight and plenty of monsters. Definitely for luck. Also, judging by the era, I have a feeling that if any sailor was standing around with their arms not presently occupied while at sea, I feel like he would be scolded quite readily by the... what's next up? The bosun? I think the bosun is like the keeper of order on ships, right? He's like the worker's first mate kind of thing. I think that's how that works. I'm taking all of my nautical experience here from Pirates of the Caribbean movies, so I am not the authority on this whatsoever. But we can go and dock in Port Carnelian. There we go. Now that we're here, we can go sell off first our romantic literature. No need for that. Ah, right. And I've remembered exactly what I needed the lamentable relics for. And that was for the tobacconist. Have I written that down somewhere? Where is the tobacconist? I've got quite a lot of objects crossed out and listed down. Yes, I do. Okay. 3 lamentable relics for the tobacconist. Now, Port Carnelian will grab the port report. We might pan for sapphires. And we can also check out our spy's needs. Oh, come on. Really? After I just sold the romantic literature? You gotta be kidding me. Okay. Okay. Well, next time we have any romantic literature, we'll bring it down to our spy network. But I suppose while we're here, we might as well give an attempt to seek some intelligence here. Yep, we've figured that out. We've got 2 vital intelligence now, and some Z stories. And our network has been just the wee bit weakened. You know, romantic literature is kind of a distant trade. I guess we can't really cycle it anyway. And it's not all that bad since we take romantic literature to this location anyway to sell it off. We sell it at a bit of a profit, I think. Romantic literature is purchased at 19 and we sell it for 22, so we get a little bit of a profit whenever we sell it here. This is one of the few locations that you can actually sell romantic literature that is not a special event like the Merchant Venturer. But while we're here, we'll go grab... Let's talk to the Tigers, I suppose. To grab the port report. We could influence affairs here. But I think not. And should we buy anything here? Well, we'll definitely buy supplies. That is 100% certain. I think I'll get 15. Yeah, 15 should get us across the sea. And if we're doing that, we should shore up our fuel as well. Shore that up to, let's say... Actually, let's say nothing, because we are eventually headed up to Mount Palmerston. We only need enough to get there, because there is quite a bit cheaper than here in terms of fuel prices. Let's get... Since we're going to be crisscrossing back and forth, kind of going left and right. Let's say 25. We'll take it kind of conservative here in the amount we're estimating. And I suppose we should find some trades on the way up. All of these locations are pretty close, so I don't expect us to make a massive profit. What else can we trade here on the way up? So we will be heading to Fathom King's Hold, which doesn't have a market, as far as I know. Station 3 and Abbey Rock. Neither of those have explicit markets, but Station 3 does have something required there. And Abbey Rock, they'll trade for supplies at a pretty, well, at an even rate. We'll actually make a profit, I suppose, if we sold supplies from here to there. Yeah, I really don't know. Maybe Shepherd Isles doesn't have a market either. Guider's Mourn has a market. That one for sure has a market for some things. Firkins of Prisoner's Honey, Casks of Mushroom Wine for 23. I think this location also buys it for that price, though. Brilliant Souls, Human Souls, Mirror Catch Boxes, Red Honey. I don't think any of these are things we could get in Port Carnelian. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. The only thing we can really get here are sacks of dark drop coffee beans. Oh, you know what? We could actually prep for our trip to the surface. We were debating between casks of mushroom wine and sacks of dark drop coffee beans, and I think the sacks might be the way to go. Judging by their price down here, they're pretty in demand, and I'd assume on the surface that the coffee beans up there would be a different beast entirely. So maybe we'll fill up on this. I'd say 30 would probably make us a profit. Right? Oh, man, I don't know. We are planning on heading to the surface, but I don't know what amount will be good. Let's buy 30. We've got the space for it. We always can offload it somewhere under the surface. There are plenty of locations where sacks of dark drop coffee beans sell for more than 38. Let's go all in on this. Oh, we only had room for 26. Okay, that's totally fine. We will sell those off on the surface. We'll sell them possibly on the way. Maybe in... Oh, I forgot to check the market for Mount Palmerston, since we are making our way up there. If I can find where it is. They want exactly nothing. They have no desire to purchase anything. It's all sales over there. Okay, well, we'll hold on to this for now. We'll go all in on that. We will hope that it sells well on the surface. If not, we're going to go to the surface with a full hold and come back down with a full hold. And that'll be unfortunate because that'll cost us 22 fuel? I think 22 fuel and quite a bit of supply as well. Well, two supply, and then however much we do on the surface. I wonder what the map looks like up there. That's going to be so interesting. I wonder how the map's going to look, if we're going to be able to see it at all, because it's going to be sunlight, and, you know, we're the undersea folk. I don't know. It'll be very interesting. But let's go to the Fathom King's Hold now. We'll go set out from Port Carnelian, since that's all we've done all we can do there. And I think we can head even a little bit more east before we go north to head around this vortex. Yeah, hopefully I will make that money here. CAC, I will... XCAC, I guess that would be. Hopefully I will be making some cash off of this. Otherwise, I have just probably made the worst financial purchase of my life, because each of those are 38 echoes. Buying, what do you get, 26 of them? That is 720. It's over 1,000 echoes, for sure, that we've just spent on dark drop coffee beans alone. So I very much hope that it becomes worth the risk. Fathom King's Hold still out here. Ooh, there's a Lauren Fluke. They are still much more powerful than we are. I don't have the I can't see quite where their health bar is, but I'm pretty sure they have about 600 health. Which is a bit much for even us to take on. Especially since they do that weird eldritch sort of circle of runes blast that they do. Big money, daddy. Hopefully. We have tons of assets. We have no idea if they're worth anything. We'll go set off. Oh, apparently it's a new thing. Bats are lucky. And we lost 5 terror. Perfect. And now in Fathom King's Hold. So, Fathom King does have a request to go and find our father. We'll go grab the port report. Might as well. And I suppose we could trade a Z story to talk to the Fathom King. Though we don't have all that many hold spaces. We have a fair amount, I suppose. We will definitely not give shore leave here. That would probably kill some of our crew. They would turn into drownies or something. Yeah, sure. Let's go talk to the... let's spend a Z story and go talk to the Fathom King. Kaganian emissary. I want to say... No, it was a Chelenit emissary the last time, who was having issue with the king and got, I think, eaten up and destroyed. So maybe we'll avoid the Kaganian emissary in case the same thing happens to... her, apparently. We will we'll worry about that. About increasing our terror from that event. We'll just ask a boon of the king. Might as well. 5 fuel. Oh, a perfect amount of fuel, actually. That is the exact amount of fuel that we have space for. So, we'll be done there. We'll head out to the surface. And we will head, I suppose, to Station 3. Didn't our Cannoneer want us to go to Station 3? I think we did. He did, rather. So we can probably go give that a shot. the music cut off rather rapidly there. Okay, and we've entered a fog bank. Yeah, so our lights are not going to be useful for us. We'll turn them off to save power. Oh, and there's a moray. No, I won't fight it. Not in a fog bank. That's for certain. And we're almost to Station 3. Yeah, looks like that moray is not going to bother us. I should probably take on some of the Z-Beasts. I just don't know how to fight them. They just charge at you, and you can't really get out of range. It's just a whole issue all the way around. It's very difficult to fight them. And I think you just have to tank the hits, which I can do, but I don't want to do that now with the amount of echo of assets we have on our ship. Meeting the Heart Metal Smith. I don't know where he is. Can we ask directions? You're kidding. What? Okay. Ask directions. A clayman directs you with a minimum of enthusiasm and even fewer words. Easy to overlook. The smithy is a long, low building that you missed on the first survey of the island. The smith is a quiet man with a pinched face who works entirely in heart metal. The cannoneer greets him with a yell of delight. The smith winces, puts down his hammer, pinches the bridge of its nose. It's you, he says. 2 of you. Huh? 2 of you. A twist in your tail? Your work for the austere acolyte has introduced you to the other. Oh, so maybe we've actually known the Heart Metal Smith before. Interesting. So, oh my goodness, what a cost. So we could make the weapon if we had so much. We'll actually list it down just in future. Or for future. I really hope it stays on the bridge, though. Like, it doesn't say where it equips to. If somebody could let me know about that, I would actually really... I would not mind the spoilers on that, because if this turns into a forward weapon, I just can't use it. And I'd rather keep it on the bridge. But we'll at least write it down. So we need, for the Irrepressible Cannoneer, we need 1 lamentable relic. We need 1 searing enigma. Wow, that's quite a cost. Uh, 3 devil bone dice. I think that's the only thing we don't have. 1 seal of the red science, which we already have. And then the mission. Shouldn't get it. It's a forward weapon. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. We do need some type of weapon. I think it's like a brilliant weapon for the Fathom King, in order to find our father, or to do something with our father here. So you got to figure that out. But let's ask the smith about life on the island. He doubtless has his own perspective here. And we're in the smith's emporium. The room runs back into the rock of the island, chamber after chamber of long-barreled machinery. A disinclination to talk. He tells you that folks here keep to themselves. He says he doesn't go up to the building with the steeple. The acolytes hardly ever come down here. It sounds like a solitary sort of life. He claims he prefers it that way. When he turns back to his work, you see the chain of heart metal links he wears around his neck, and the closed locket that hangs from it. Ooh. Ooh, what's in the locket? What's in the locket? Ah. Okay, well, we don't have something that waits us, so we can't go talk to the other folk that we know here. I think it's an acolyte. I can't remember exactly what the name is, but I think it's an acolyte that actually we know on this location, who we delivered the long boxes to. But since we don't have something waits us, so we don't have a long box, we can't really do anything for her. And we need to bring all this back to Station 3. Well, that quest has been noted down. Let's head to Abbey Rock. Ooh, and there's a crab here we can go and injure. That'll get us some food. Maybe just in time if we get to him fast enough. Stop swimming away from me, you coward. Oh, no, you're kidding. We would have been able to have maxed out hunger reduced. Okay, well, we'll go and grab the fragments instead. Dang, that would have been so nice to have to reduce it for essentially free. Oh, well. Let's make our way over to Abbey Rock. We'll turn off our lamp while we're in the light of the lighthouse here. And Abbey Rock, we're here. Hold on, did we grab a port report at station? No, right, we can't grab a port report at station 3. It's a hidden location. The Admiralty doesn't want us to know anything about it, and they don't want to know anything about it. So we'll grab the port report here. We could give our recent news over to them. Might as well. I don't think we'll reduce our terror, and I don't think we'll trade our supplies either. So let's go give our recent news. Which will also just reduce our terror. Okay, well, that's fine. We get a perfunctory blessing, cursory blessing, and that reassures our crew. I'm surprised we didn't get any more details from the Abbey. Like we didn't get any further connections by giving our Presbyterian adventurous to their cause to go and fight a creepy roof monster to the death. But alas, we did not. And now we're setting sail to Shepherd's Isle. I actually don't think our Something Awaits is going to come back before we get here. So we may not be able to do any of the things that we plan on doing to it. There's a Corsair, I want to say, up here. It looks like a Corsair. I just realized how much larger my ship is than those ships now. It is massive. Look at this giant thing. Yeah, and we can only grab the port report from here. No shop, no interesting shop deals, at least, to speak of. So now we'll let's head to Geidersmorn and then back down to Rack. Because Geidersmorn is the location that we need to go for the Rack quest. That is where they want us to send sailors from. It looks like that Corsair's actually gotten stuck. And Rack will hopefully be feeling a little bit better when we send more ships to it. I want to see if it actually reduces whatever it was over there. I can't quite remember what it was. And we'll turn off our lights as we enter this fog bank. Ooh, is that a ship we can blow to smithereens? It is. Unfortunately, it's facing us. Unfortunately, it has also spotted us. Well, let's go engage in some combat here. I don't think our light actually helps us at all, does it? No, it does not. These, unfortunately, take 4 hits. It's very close to being 3. Yeah, look at how close it is. Don't touch me. Okay. Some supplies and some fuel. And some spider silk. Oh, that's nice. I think we'd want to get all of those at once, though, for the Merchant Venturer. That's one of his quests. So we'll probably just sell this when we get back to Fallen London in order to make room for fuel instead. And we've made our way out of the fog up to Geidersmorn. Alrighty, so in Geidersmorn, we'll go send those folks to Rack. We could spend an evening at the bar, but I think we shan't. Could trade a drowning pearl or 2 solace fruits. That would use up our Something Awaits us, though. That said, Actually, no. We have very few uses for sorceries. They cost a whole lot of money, but there's really nothing we can do with them. Drowning pearls, we can at least bribe the Tiamat. Tiamat? I think that's it. We can at least try and get our port report here from the folks. Ah, look at that. Is this a new one? I don't actually know. I've gotten very few port reports. Oh no, we actually got strategic information as well. The whispers that a connate trimaran resupplied here last week under a flag of careful truce. That implies something interesting about the connate fleet movements. The Admiralty would love to know. Interesting. So, the connate is actually moving in on London. Is that so? Or at least they're moving in the waters near to London, because this is much closer to London than the connate is. How fascinating. Yeah, nothing here is good for purchase or sale. I guess we might as well explore the Morn. I don't really want to just spend an evening at the Errant Limpet, especially since it costs so much echo. Let's go explore the Morn. Let's see if we can find anything here. You come across a crew of Chelonate hunters exchanging heated insults with a connate privateer that looks likely to end in blood. We could side with either the Caganians or the Chelonates. Chelonians. The connate doesn't like me. They may be formed, but at least they're halfway sophisticated. I don't know if I'd go for sophistication. Not necessarily my favorite thing. I think we're going to side with the Chelonians here. This will probably reduce my interactions with the Caganian, the connate. It'll probably reduce my regard there, I want to say. I might get some more suspicion, but whatever. I will side with the warriors. I think they probably win this anyway. They may be uncouth, but at least they're brave. And we definitely won't raise our own flag, considering it's only a 50% chance here. Let's side with the Chelonians here. Victory with battle screams and razor-tipped harpoons and your help. The Chelonians rout the connate privateers. The swaggering huntress who leads them claps you on the back. Well fought for a Londoner. Come to the Carrion Sea sometime. We'll roast a sea serpent for you. She drops a saw-edged bone token into your hand and blows you a kiss. Ooh, this is neat. So I thought we would get, just some fragments, maybe some boons of some various types, but we've actually got a favor here. You've made friends among the beast slayers of the Chelonate. So the next time we go to the Chelonate, we can actually maybe do something? Not entirely sure. That's super interesting. And now we'll sail a little bit backwards, but we'll sail down to Rack. And then we'll go up to Demuth Island. Probably not Antha. Antha is the location with the sharpness. I suppose we could get the port report from that location. We'll go to Rack first. Our terror is still doing pretty well, so the underwater location shouldn't be that risky for me. Wow, the stars have been changing a ton. Uh-oh. A darkness. 3 of the false stars wink out together. As suddenly as closed eyes, the pattern that remains is as hopeless and meaningless as a die cast. Somewhere a zailor begins to sob. Who gains some terror. That's a new one. Typically it's a predictable pattern. That is very strange. Oh, this guy's gonna see me, isn't he? Yep. Okay, well. Oh, don't run into me, you dork. Whoa, am I on fire? What the? Huh? What did he hit me with? Crack pirate frigate. Okay, so he must use something special on me there. Because I've never seen my ship catch fire before. I don't think it did anything. Maybe that was just a visual thing. I guess I haven't been hit on the ship by... at least by another ship weapon, I don't think. I wonder if he used something special. We'll have to take care of him at the very least. Salute and scuttle her. We got supplies and fuel, and a cask of mushroom wine. Okay, not half bad. And that'll reduce our terror somewhat. Our hull... God, we've got so much hull. Our hull is still doing fantastic. But... we do have to get over to Rack here. And I might submerge a little early. Probably should have turned our lights on before we did that, so we didn't gain too much terror on the way down. I guess this way we don't gain fuel. And our light is burning blue. Not going to spend a Z story, we're just going to head on here. Our light is burning blue because, you know, we put a weird eldritch rock meteorite thing in the front of it as our lamp. That is exactly why it is turning blue. Yeah, man, the underwater area is just creepy. Totally, absolutely pitch black. Oh man, that is truly unsettling. Oh, and it looks like there's some sort of ship or something over there. Looks like Vendor Bite is our next target. We've got our scrap that we sent from, where was that, Guider's Morn? And this time we might approach the mirror, but that'll be after our bit with the tether here. How's the state of the city here? Still running low. Everybody's still sallow. And I still think we won't buy anything. Yeah, no, we don't have the rations to spare here. I might actually, considering our current ration situation, considering the next closest location. No, the next closest location is Demu Island. I should be okay. I think we'll go to Demu Island and then over to Antha. Assuming our terror permits, and then up to Mount Palmerston. Maybe we'll revisit the Undercrow. It's been a long time since we've been there. We still haven't found Hideaway, where we need to deliver that the very nearly dead man, I think it was, where we need to deliver his letter to Hideaway. I hope he's still alive. And in fact, maybe we won't visit the Undercrow for that distinct reason. Then to Wither Codex, Venderbite, back down here. Then maybe we'll hit up the surface. For now, we'll go taste the tether again. We did the knife last time, which for some reason was a marriage proposal. Not entirely sure about what that was. Let's do the ring again. Almost fits you like a fiance's best guess. The matron leads you to one of the many doors. You follow her to the darkness beyond. She tells us to go lay down in bed. This time, let's look at a green cup. A warm green as the neath isn't keen to provide. Tether melts in your mouth. The morning sun streams through the barn's worm-eaten wood. The old plow rests in a corner. You'll be pulling it through the fields again today, but for now you'll laze in a mound of hay. The vibrant lady is by your side, dozing. Ooh, that's a proper noun. Look at that. You languidly examine your flesh? Whoa, parts of you have... Oh, no, okay. This is a good thing. This is okay. The use of flesh is not concerning. Parts of you have been stained green from rolling so roughly in the grass. You look over at your lover's body. You can't help but smile. She's not really dozing, is she? You hold a hand over her heart. She grins. You both laugh. You can't help yourself. There was a romance. So this must be the... Interesting. So I guess there is totally like a story going on here, a continuous story. Oh, that's fascinating. I wonder what it means. I think we should get more of this. Next location is Venderbite. So we'll see where this story leads. We'll just try to drop by Rack and keep sending folks over here. I'm super interested to see where this leads. Since we've still got our something awaits us, let's go approach the mirror. At the rear of his chamber, the fair king keeps a mirror made of ice. It holds a reflection, neither yours nor his, but that of a narrow, bespectacled gentleman. The king allows no one to approach it, but perhaps he will make an exception for you. Very well, today I shall allow it for a short while. So, you can see your reflection distorted in the ice, but there is another clearer reflection as well. A long-faced man with receding black hair and round-rimmed glasses. He blinks solemnly at you. Let's go see the man in the mirror. Is there more to him? Free for all. You step towards the mirror, it flashes in the light. He stands at the humane canal. His hair is blacker than the dark drop coffee in his mug. Men and women from the surface crowd around him. They look sickly in comparison. One passes him a letter, envelope white as snow, seal as black as a bark. The man reads it and passes the young woman a flask. Before her crewmates can set on her, she has drained it. Her skin glows with new vigor, and before they can set on him, he laughs, and in the spirit of liberty, equality, and eternity, gives them each a flask of their own. The fair king interrupts the vision. I am never sure what it is we are seeing. The gentleman's hopes, his fears, he certainly seems to have an ambitious imagination. We've got to move in the great game. So this sounds like the Grand Geode folks. Interesting. Do we know of anybody with this sort of description? So this looks like the start, perhaps, of the Dawn engine. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Well, we'll call that a success. And I think we might go take on this ship here. What are you? Putter pony. Oh yeah, we can take him on. Man, they are freaking out here. Oh, ow. Don't run into me. He doesn't know we're here? Oh, I feel kind of bad. Was he friendly? I thought for sure he was gonna... I'm so sorry. Oh, it's from the Khanate. Never mind, I'm not sorry anymore. The Khanate submarine is taking on water. Through its portholes, a lamplight waves frantically. Do we grab loot? Or do we grab the crew? Oh, let's hear the crew's last wishes. The putter pony is lost, but you can at least provide a human face to their airlock glass. I feel kind of bad now. I feel so bad. I don't think he was going to attack us at all. Oh, I feel it's the worst. Okay. Let's hear him. Fog on the glass. Water pours into the putter pony. Its tormented metal groans as it's torn apart by the Z. A woman's face appears at the porthole. It swiftly fogs with her last breaths. Her lips move. Neither of us should be here. The putter pony buckles entirely. She is lost. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I thought you were a hostile ship. I feel so bad. This is the worst. Okay, we're surfacing. We're surfacing. Oh, my goodness. I feel like I've just murdered an explorer, an adventurer. For no reason whatsoever, in cold blood. I launched first strike because I thought they would... I feel so bad about this. Okay. Pirate frigate we know at least will attack us. Oh, I feel so bad about that. That's the I think it was just an explorer. I don't even know if it had guns. I assumed it would... Okay. Maybe my my decision of conquest to just conquest against all ships that approach me was a mistake here. Oh man. I feel awful. I feel terrible about that. I can't believe that just happened. Oh man. Okay, okay. Whew. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. It's okay. We may have just murdered a poor researcher just doing her submarine thing. They didn't fire a single shot at us. They weren't even angry at us. They were just skimming around. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. I guess we have the something awaits us just didn't pop up. Grab the... grab the port report. We will probably grab tea with the factor. He'll give us some supplies. And reduce our terror. Yeah, some one supply, so that should be okay. And everything else is kind of not great here. So we'll sail over to Antha. I think Antha's our next best option for purchases, right? It's got a pretty good economy, I want to say. Yeah, supplies isn't great. It's about halfway between Fallenland Standard and Outer Sea Standard. For goodness sake. Why is our... Oh, can you still see us? Oh yeah, you totally can. Wow, he is much more mobile than I am. Luckily, I think I'm just staying barely out of his firing line. Ooh, maybe not. There we go. He's taking it down. We go check out the wreckage. Hey, it's the pirate poet again. Yeah, we'll go pick her up. We've the pirate poet seems like everybody in Gyder's Morn always talks of her in such hushed tones, but we've been doing pretty well over here in terms of fighting her off. So let's go grab her. The pirate, gracious in defeat. The pirate poet hauls herself up the rope, nodding her gratitude to the crew. Another battle well fought, Captain, she grunts. Few earn a second verse. Along with her freedom price, she presents a gift, a cask of wine saved from the sinking vessel by her own mighty arms. They say it is a fine vintage. My men were saving it to toast our victory against you. Perhaps you would join me in a drink to them. Interesting. Wait, is she on our crew? Hold up here. Is she just chilling now? No. Okay, she's interesting. Well, there wasn't an option for me to join her, but okay. Okay then. I wonder if we can romance the female clay lady. She's not a clay man. Pirate. There's a Jilly Fleur just kind of puttering around down there. Yeah, we'll go and head to Antha. We'll pick up food there. Just enough to keep us going. I think up to 8 will probably get us there and back. We'll submerge a little bit early. I think we're a little far out, but we should be able to make it over there. Maybe we'll do some sharpness things, too. Because we have not done too much sharpness. There are a few places where we could go much further in than we currently are. Antha, the location down south, I can't quite recall what it's called. Igel, with the spikes. A few cults we could get into here. but we just haven't yet. But now that we're in Antha, we can at least grab the port report. We can check out the shop here. We do not want to buy fuel here because we can get fuel for cheaper at Mount Palmerston. Much cheaper. But we will get supplies up to 8. Just to make sure that we can keep going. We can make it all the way back to Fallen London and everything. And then we'll call that good? Yeah, we'll call that good. Don't need the fuel since we're close off. We could visit Rosina in her chambers. We could try to go sharp or increase our capacity for sharpness. You know, I'll tell you what. I will cultivate the capacity for sharpness. If it succeeds, I will go sharp in one of the methods here. So let's cultivate the capacity for sharpness. It isn't easy to go sharp as Anthians do, but most who come here often find themselves desiring the condition sooner or later. You struggle in the dark. You struggle to right your mind. Instead, you give yourself nightmares of body parts that grow brittle and snap off. So we've gained ourselves, wow, 7 terror. So quite a bit of terror. Let's not do that then. And we'll just set out to Mount Palmerston, which should just be north of us here, right? Yeah, just a wee bit north. And what the heck, we'll spend a bit of time on the seafloor. And we'll go surface, the opposite of submerge. You died in Subtech. That's rough. I mean, assuming you didn't pick a hardcore world, it should be okay to go grab it. With all your stuff in bags. I mean, I assume they're still there to pick up. Okay, but we have made it to Mount Palmerston. Oh, we can go up the mountain, and now the Devilus is gone. Who guards the gates? Back up the road. The Devilus is gone. What now guards the gate? A vile hive. When you come in sight of the cottage, you think for a moment that it's been overgrown with glistening black ivy. A few more steps, and you notice the ivy is shifting in the wind. Before you realize that, as is generally the case underneath, there is no wind to speak of. The ivy heaves like the sea, and the closest portion suddenly lifts and dissolves. The air is filled with a deep and savage buzzing. A cloud of great black bees rises above the cottage, extends a limb in your direction. You back away. You do not run. We've gained terror. Okay. That's, weird. That is generally what they call weird. We'll go grab the port report from here and finally pick up our officer. Yes, and I was right. Is the merciless Modeste. Or Modiste? Modiste? I think it's Modiste. But we'll go pick her up. We'll add her to our crew as an officer. Ah, yes, you will do nicely. I need a ship, dear heart, and I rather flatter myself that you need me. Welcome aboard. The Modiste neither packs lightly nor suffers fools gladly. One solitary scratch on my steamer trunks from you sniveling little homunculi, and I take the whole blessed lot of you apart at the seams. As she turns back, her lips curling into a smile. As I was saying, Captain, you really must try to take the waters here before our cruise. Most invigorating, Brimstone. Okay. So what? She's a first officer. Iron 8, Veils of 3, Hearts of 1. I think we'll keep our Carnelian Exile here. She doesn't increase the stats. She does increase the stats that we need here. That we don't have anything else increasing in terms of mirrors and pages. And this one is all things that we already have plenty of. So I think we'll keep the one equipped there. What does the Merciless Modeste wish for? Solace Fruit and Zoop? She's kind of a... Well, she's not very nice, let's say. we can apparently fight her for a chance to wager a secret for a risky chance to boost your veils. Wow, she looks pompous as all heck. I suppose we may as well pick up a Zoop here. Let's see. Zoop. We'll pick up one. We'll go talk to this raging freaking unkind words of this Mediste here. Let's go take her to dinner so she can talk our ear off angrily, probably. Dressed to kill in her own unique fashions. Let's invite the Mediste to dinner. Mediste. Her dresses were the talk of London society before the scandal. Her tastes are no less refined for her exile. Yeah, Zoop and Solace Fruit, no kidding. Nostalgia for darker days. Why, Captain, I hope I have not been forgotten. You literally just got on board, lady. Jesus. I had the most delightful little boutique, not too far from the bazaar. Many surface commissions, naturally. Once one has sampled the cloths from behind mirrors, it is quite obscene to return to the mundanity of cotton and silk. Velvet, of course, is another matter entirely. Such a fabric. The Mediste cuts a slice of fruit tart, licks the side of her knife. Oh, to show you my finest creations. I would dress you in razors and arsenic and the dream dyes of Parabola. Parabola. Is that a location? I can't recall what that is. Tisk forbidden. When my friends and I first set sail as the set, not sure what that is, as the set, we knew no such creative cowardice. Blood and ink, my captain, blood and ink. Great art has always demanded great suffering. We simply recognize that its obligation does not necessarily have to weigh upon the artist. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense with her character here. She's an artiste. I guess. I'm not sure exactly what modiste is. Modiste. I assume that's some type of old-timey word for an artist of some caliber. But it does make sense why she's a little bit... Well, she's a bit of a dick, to say. Oh, and we can ask her about more here. So let's just check in on her, I suppose. She has wasted little time in converting her cabin into a surprisingly well-equipped workshop. The cutting edge of fashion. A sweating crewman stands exhausted, her arms out and wrapped in flowing parabola linen. The Mediste fusses over a stretch of exquisite lace, fixing it in place with a hooked pin thrust through a pinch of convenient flesh. Oh my goodness. What the heck, lady? Oh, do stop mewling. If you want something worth sobbing about, you need only ask. She glances over her shoulder, smiling warmly. Ah, Captain, do you still know if the current style in London... do you perhaps know if the current style in London is still to the floor, or one might finally show a knee in polite company? No matter. First we will shock, then we shall inspire. What the heck, lady? Okay, so she's given me real Sander Cohen vibes from BioShock, kind of an artist that's gone completely and utterly insane. No wonder she's in Mount Palmerston. No wonder she got sent out away from Fallen London. If she's creating clothes that pierce their wearers. Man, that is terrifying. But apparently we can commission clothes that will boost our armor that will boost our iron, clothes that will boost our hearts, or a uniform that will boost our pages. And it might be pages that we actually do. I would love if we had one for mirrors, but oh well. These all take quite a bit of stuff for each of them. Oh no. Oh no, we finally have a use for our comatose ferret officer. Oh my god, that's horrible. That's horrific. It's also the only thing we've ever had that uses our ferret. We can't... Oh my god. That's horrific. Okay. Let's inquire about her time with the set here. Oh my goodness. It is a scandal she speaks of with deep fondness. Underwater renegades. Of course you've heard of us, my captain. We are art's last bastion against the cowardly and the mundane. We sail irrepressible beneath the waves, free of censors and censure. The muses are our end guide. Well, when time and tides permit, of course. It has been too long since our last little salon and the unpleasantness. The Modeste adjusts the bodice she is sewing, pins it in place. Ah, but the wonders we once crafted in the waxlight. The perfidious composer, every betrayal a new operetta. The ender of critics, knives blunt as their wits. The silent sculptress, so unjustly exiled when the truth emerged about her torments of clay and bone. Such fine teas she served. Then, yes, there was the pianist, and our dear, dear poet, too, but her finger slips, a drop of blood flowering on white lace. White lace. Blast it, she mutters. Not even this year's red. Interesting. So, perfidious composer. I wonder if that has something to do with the exiled composer, escaped composer. I think it is over in Rack. The sculptress talking about torments of clay and bone. That's probably something to do with. I want to say polythreme, since that is where the clay men come from. No idea what the ender of critics is, nor the piano list or the poet. But interesting. We've got a lot new titles, not a lot new people. A lot of new people. There we go. That's the one. Very interesting. But I kind of hate her. She sucks. She just is the worst. Absolutely the worst. She totally and completely sucks. Let's buy up our fuel, though. I'm actually going to buy much more than we need. Just because... Well, I suppose I shouldn't... Let's check our port reports first. We've got a port report for... the command canal, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, ish. 12/13 port reports, and that'll convert into that much fuel. And I want to make sure that I have enough fuel. There are, we'll say, 3 more locations that we'll visit, 4 if we count Hunter's Keep. 4 more locations to visit, which means we can have up to 16/17 fuel when we get back to Fallen London, just from the port report. So we'll need that much space in addition to supplies and all that. So as long as we keep that, so 80 minus 16, 17 is going to be 63, I want to say. 63. So we can get fuel up to 63. And we'll be using some of it on the way, so I guess we'll buy a few extra. We'll buy to 20. And we will not buy supplies here because it is expensive. And I think our current supplies should make us back home. Oh dear. Well, time to go cry and freak out our crew. But at least we don't lose Salt's attention here. Are the Neath gods going to be mad at me when I go up to the surface? Because they presumably are just in the Neath, right? Like, there's no way these gods of Salt, Storm, and Stone, I think? I don't think any of those would exist on the surface, especially since it said that Storm lives in the roof of the Neath. Very strange. Oh, and there's some nightmares, finally. What are we at? We're at 3. And we can get a secret from it. Well, because of our hearts, we've actually got a pretty decent chance. Yeah, sure. What the heck? We'll go for it. 4 terror, Tale of Terror. We lost a Restful Night. Ah, right. So it's the Restful Nights that make both of these still good. And then we've got another Restful Night still, so if we do encounter another nightmare, we should be okay. And you know what? I have no fear of this Tyrant Moth. Actually, I have a little bit of fear for this Tyrant Moth. I was about to say we're going to sail straight through the Ragged Crow, but... Uh-oh. Fostic Corsair. Ooh, he's got a little bit more health than I really want to deal with. I'm going to lose him. Turn around, please. Please. There he goes. Ragged Crow, here it is. And the Tyrant Moth should be flapping around here as well somewhere. Right? Yeah, there he is, the Tyrant Moth. I think he's one of the boss sort of monsters of the Neath. Because there are a few of those. Mount Nomad is one of them. The Eater of Names is one of them. The Tree of something? That creepy-looking ship, or maybe monster, over by Savior's Rocks. Those are all definitely boss-style monsters. And maybe even the Constant Companion, thinking about it. So we've got to worry about those. And maybe we'll take them on at some point, but that'll be when we don't have so much risk incurred. So let's go dock at Codex. Probably not, oops, probably not much to do here. Yeah, I'll grab the port report. And we could get some more unread logs, but we need lamentable relics, so we won't do that. Naturally nothing to purchase or sell here. Go over to Wither. Do basically the same thing. Let's grab a port report, maybe venture around the city. I don't think our something awaits us will come back between these two locations, though. Much too close, and we travel much too quickly to have it come back in time. We'll go and dock here. We can go to the House of the Question again. We don't have Storm's Attention, and we don't have a live specimen to go and get it with, unfortunately, so we'll just leave that. We'll go check out Wither. Get the port report from here. Maybe we'll explore the town. Yeah, might as well. An intriguing smell. Who'll try, who'll buy? A street vendor turns skewers on a grill. The mixed scents are nothing like anything sold in London. So we can grab the grilled troglodyte prawns. They're huge and pale. Their eyes stare bleakly into yours, but they smell fresh. Shredded jellyfish. The something mysterious here, or human flesh. If we really wanted to go that. Let's just get the jellyfish. You'll regret it later. The jellyfish's venom numbs your tongue and roils your stomach. We gained some terror. We lost a little bit of hunger, though. And that'll be our adventure over in Wither. Should we go and get anything here? I don't think so. Really need to figure out the star shell thing, though. Because I think that's over in the Gant Pole. We have... there's an inner chamber there that we've been to. We need foxfire candles to get to it, but when we get there, if we had a star shell, I think we could get something Gant, which is one of the colors that we can turn into the curator. Alas, that won't be today. So we'll go and set off back to Fallen London to prepare for our trip to the surface. It should be a pretty quiet trip. I could take on one of the life... Well, no, the Lifebergs have 400 health. I've been taking on things pretty satisfactorily with 200 health. I think the Lifeberg would be just that little bit too high up there, though. Please stop swimming at me. There we go. Perfect. Ah, and Z-Bats. You we can definitely take on. Will be for our hunger needs. Oops. There we go, supplies. All right, and we have made it over to Vendor Bite. Now, we won't give our strange catch here. It looks like we could do that quite a number of times. It doesn't look like it's locked off by anything. We'll go... send those captains to Rack. Ancient captains stand idly on the dock. Though their bandages of yellow, their uniforms are well washed. Spin them a story of a last hurrah. You approach 3 of the captains. They smell like moldering cakes. What sights they must have seen, you say, in their years on the Z. Bones pop and crack as they exchange glances. They croak a few words. On beasts they escaped, romances they had, ports where they made a difference. What, you ask of those beasts that escaped, those romances that they discarded, the ports where they did more harm than good? Of course, they reply, they'd set things right if they had a last adventure. As it happens, you have the charts to a place in need. So we've sent 9 ships. 9 ships to sent to Rack. Did you sort out your weapon of mass D? I assume you're talking about the Irrepressible Cannoneer. We have not, but that's because we don't have a forward slot. I'd rather just keep this as a bridge occupant. Maybe if we ever trade up to a ship that has a forward slot, and I don't know if I'd even want to do that considering the ship was such a hassle to get, and it really has beneficial modifiers too. But since it doesn't have a forward slot, I don't know if I'll convert this weapon into a proper weapon. I think we'll just leave it here, increasing our iron and our mirrors. Now, in Vendor Bite, we'll go grab the port report, and might as well talk to the curator again. Nothing here. We still have most of the letters to do. Cosmogon, Gant, which we kind of know where they're at. Irgo, Violent, which I think we've encountered that ink, but I can't recall exactly where. And Virik. I think Violent ink may have been something we saw over in Empire of Hands, perhaps? Maybe the Chelinet or the Gant Pole? One of those things. I think it might have been the Gant Pole. Not sure. Not entirely sure. But we'll figure that out at a later date. For now, I suppose we may as well explore Vendor Bite. Sure, what the heck? The Carmine Chapel. We are now cannibals. And we can make an offering with half-familiar rites. That would be concerning. I think searching this will set our terror a little high, but you know what? Might as well. It'll get us fragments. Oh, and it only increased our terror by 1, so I think that's an adequate trade. You can use the item from the Iron Republic for the Cannoneer as a light instead of a gun. Yeah, that's currently what we have it set up as. We did go to the Iron Republic already, and we just equipped that, the Awakened Seal of the Red Science. We equipped that as a bridge light. And if we had gone to Station 3 with, I believe, it's either Devil Bones, Dice, or Meter Salt. I'd have to... Yeah, Devil Bone Dice, 3 of them. We would have been able to turn that into a forward weapon, but I don't really want to turn it into a forward weapon, since we don't have the slot for it. We'll just leave it as a light for now. But yeah, we went and saw the creepy Carmine Chapel again. 3 Devil Bone Dice and the egg. The egg was, the Judgment's egg was in the Iron Republic, so we've actually already given that one up to get it to the stage that it is now. in Station 3, we need a Lamentable Relic, a Searing Enigma, and then those 3 Devil Bone Dice, and that will turn it into the weapon, but I don't think we'll do that, unless we need it for the, what is it? Brilliant Weapon? Yeah, Brilliant Weapon from the Fathom King, from his quest to go find our father's bones, or our father, or something like that. So if it turns into that, we might do it, but for now, we'll keep it as a bridge equip. Do we stop off at Hunter's Keep? No, we wait for our Something Awaits Us when we get back to Fallen London. That'll be the better option to take. There we go. There's that Something Awaits Us. And we'll just sail to Fallen London. And then we'll make preparations to go to... the surface. You can use the engine, but the weapon is useful for the Fathom King. Okay, so I guess if we get closer to completing the Fathom King's quest, we'll go and do that. Because there are quite a few things that we have to do before we can actually get to that point. We have to fight either Mountain Nomad or... that's the one, Tree of Ages, that creepy weapon in the south east portion of the map. We still have to look for the Eldest's End, which I assume is the first curator. And then we need the Fruit of the Eternal Tree, which I believe is something from Adam's Way. It's probably from that tree that drops seeds that we can intercept on the midway between them and the ground. We've not successfully managed to do that yet. But it looks like we've come back. Our terror is now locked at 50. Something has changed because something always changes. A tingle in the spine. Why not go for a stroll? Hold on a minute. That's new. Let's go give our port report to these fellows for the thing we picked up in the Iron Republic. Why did you come here? Yes, have you been to the Republic then? Did you want to tell me something? Yes, I want to vomit out this devil here. The street is spinning. There was something in your throat. It crowded your mouth. It was hard and knobbled as horn or coal. It spoke rapid, gleeful sentences in one of the languages of hell. It cut your lips when it crawled from your mouth. You're in the street outside the embassy. There's a lump of Centillic in your hand. For memories, the urbane devil told you. We've got another lump of blue Centillic. Yeah, that's always nice to have. We have already given that to the curator, actually, though. We have already cleared off. I believe that was a Possian. So I really don't know what to do with this one. Apparently we can trade it to the university, the Alarming Scholar here. But let's go check out what this tingle in the spine is for. Keep it for firing solution. What? Firing solution? Hold up. I don't know where it's gone. Fill all of your firing solutions instantly. Oh, okay, that's interesting. And I guess it doesn't take up hull space, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. But let's check out this tingling in the spine thing. A tingle in the spine, why not go for a stroll? So, we could go to the docks, pleasant enough to walk among the workers, or we could go through Ladybone's Road, or Miss Plenty's Carnival, which we apparently don't have. Ah, I see. Oh, so these are visions. Ooh, that's super interesting. Let's walk among the workers, I suppose. It's pleasant enough to walk among the workers. The dockers are engaged in their labor, loading and unloading cargo. You pause by an abandoned warehouse to watch. What's the time? The sun has set, the moon glows. You enter the barn and throw yourself into the hay. The owls are quiet tonight. Perhaps the warmth of the day has got them tired too. The vibrant lady isn't tired, though. You grin as she opens the barn door and stands full lit in the light of the moon. You wake in a dank warehouse atop an old sack of mushrooms. Your pockets are lighter. Someone has robbed you in your sleep. Whoa, do not fear, all shall be well. So, are these memories of our past? Who are we? How do we... Oh, this is super interesting. Well, we gained some terror. We gained a vision of the surface. We lost some echo since we were robbed. What the heck is this? I guess we can only do one of those every time we return. That's super interesting. Okay. We'll go turn in our port reports. Might as well do that now. Actually, we can check our strategic information. We can convert this. Yes. Convert this to some vital information. Vital intelligence, that's the one. And we can sell this over to the folks at the Admiralty, maybe the Voracious Diplomat. But we'll turn in our port reports first. So our supremacy of London is significant. It's doing pretty well. Does this change anything? No, so this doesn't actually change London's supremacy by turning into the Voracious Diplomat. It just increases increases our echo because she pays out a better price. Yes, it changes a lot. Oh, okay. So maybe hers does increase that then. Rack is indeed strange. I think she's tied. I think we've confirmed or determined that she seems to be tied to the Dawn machine folks, the Dawn engine, something like that. Because they do seem to be somehow intertwined. I'm not sure if I should deliver it to her or to the Admiralty though. Let's at least submit the port reports. Yep, all of these. Every single one of these locations I have visited, they are all worth fuel to me. Please give it to me. I don't think there's anything new in any of these. Are you half stone by any chance? I'm a little bit stone. I can't remember which part of me I actually turned into stone, but I do be a little bit. I guess we'll sell the vital intelligence to her. She provides more cash for it, so. Yeah, supremacy in London hasn't changed. Supremacy of the Dawn machine hasn't changed. So she's definitely connected in to the Dawn machine in some way. So I guess she does actually serve. Oh, yeah, it makes it explicit here. Voracious Diplomat serves London, but has dangerous allies with the Dawn machine. So maybe we can join their cult instead. We have been talking about joining various cults. Had a work meeting. What happened? Not too much. We just sailed up to Mount Palmerston, grabbed the merciless Modiste, who is apparently an artist. She's like a fashion designer, but she's not a very sane one. She was using one of our crewmates to design a dress, and she just pinned it to her flesh. And yeah, she's a little concerning. But we've got back to Fallen London. We've traded in all of our port reports for fuel, and we're about to head up to the through the Cumaean Canal to the surface, and I want to see what the surface looks like. I hope our ship doesn't have unfortunate things happen. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, okay, I see. Supremacy, London supremacy is established. It is now substantial out of something. I don't actually know. So is the Dawn machine. We've gained even more echoes for this one. So if I talk to him right now, it is substantial, almost max level. So we have sided with Fallen London very heavily this playthrough, which, I don't know, it's where I submit my port reports. Equipper, she has nice stats. I was thinking about it, but our current equip, the Carnelian Exile, equips the stats that we're weak in. So I'm actually going to stick with her for now. We don't really need more iron, and our veils and hearts are satisfactory at the moment. And I'll keep our last vital intelligence on us, just in case we need that for something. I suppose we can turn in a move in the Great Game, since we do have 3. We'll keep 2 just in case, though. And we do have 2 unread logs. We got quite a few things we can turn into here. We'll turn in the intriguing snippets. We'll turn in 2 of them. Just because we have some spare. We'll keep the rest on us here. Now, let's go grab some recent news. That'll get the morning papers, and it'll give us some supply as well. Turn the chart to the Admiral. I want to sit on that in case it's used for anything else. I'm concerned that I will have some other use for it, and that it will... It doesn't? Okay. All right, I'll take your word for it. If it does, I am notably listing you as the reason why I can't take that opportunity. Submit a revelatory chart. Let's find out if it's real. Sure. A careful inspection. He scrutinizes the chart minutely through a lens. He doesn't, you notice, remove the dark spectacles. It passes muster, he remarks. The usual fee applies. Hold on a moment. Hold on a quick second here. In Rack, we looked into the mirror and saw a man with glasses give the Dawn Engine sort of shining flawlessness to a lady. And he was a little younger. I don't recall what he looked like, but he had glasses on. Is the Admiral... Is he the dude that started the Grand Geode and the Dawn Machine and all that stuff? We may never know. We don't know now, at least. But I think that's most of the stuff we can do. We will probably rest. We can check our study. I don't think we have anything to do here, though. Yeah, I thought not. We will probably take a nice little rest here to reduce our terror. Now we're only at 29. I don't know if going to the surface is going to send our terror skyrocketing at the sun, because we are underground folk here heading to the surface. How much fuel do we have? 25. I will need to pick up more fuel, and I'll need to pick up more supplies to go up to the surface. I don't know how much we'll need when we sail around there. I'm assuming that supplies will be important. Have you gone off the east edge of the map yet? No, but the Carnelian Exile here has been talking to us about that. In fact, yeah, names prison. So we could be good if you could use it to find the Lost East Island. Hold up. There's a use for it? And you just had me trade it away willy-nilly? Aw, come on. Because we have been to the east side of the map, and we have been considering going off the east edge for our Carnelian Exile here. Come on. It would be good. Okay, so it's not actually useful for that. Okay, whew, we're good. We're good here. Check the Roser's Wharf. We don't have anything for any of these folks. All things are pretty standard. Brass Embassy, we already vomited out the information to them. And we have nothing for the Venturer. We don't have either of his options. I think we're just going to go prepare for the surface. Yeah, I think we will go set up for that. So I'm going to get... I think I'm going to get everything in Fallen London. I think somebody said previously that even though it does say 22, that is 22 to get both up and down. Need the chart to finish the game? Aw, come on, man. I can't believe you've done this to me. I'll never trust any of you ever again. How dare ye? Oh, we've got bolts of spider silk. We can actually sell that. Let's clear out our inventory a little bit here. Will we buy sacks of dark drop coffee beans? No, we'll probably buy casks of mushroom wine, just in case. We did stack very heavily on the sacks of dark drop coffee beans being the thing we can sell up on the surface, but I think mushroom wine would also be a good option. We'll sell the spider silk, and just absolutely load up here on... See, we're using 22 to go to the surface, so should get some extra here. Wait, what happened? Oh, this fool in chat had gotten me to sell a lovely chart that I can't even remember where I got it. for some cash to the Admiralty. But apparently I need it to finish the bloody game. How dare he? What a monster he is. I never trust a word out of his mouth again. Or out of his keyboard, I suppose. But now we're preparing for the Humane Canal. So we're going to get, I think 10 fuel probably extra. I'm assuming that by the time we come back from the surface, we're probably just going to head straight back to Fallen London. So I think getting up to 30 fuel will probably be satisfactory. We'll get some supply. I'm predicting that we won't need that many supplies on the surface. They'll probably be cheaper up there. So I might get, let's say, up to 8? 8. Supply here. And then we'll fill up the rest with casks of mushroom wine, just in case they really want that on the surface instead of the dark drop coffee beans. We'll be able to make a little bit of a profit. That should be good for us to head up to the surface. That should be enough supply here. And I don't know what the surface is going to be like, so... Do you know that coffee has been eaten and collected from pig feces? If you're talking specifically about the Fallen London coffee, I did not. I don't know where it ever has said that, but not sure. If you're talking about actual coffee, I think you're thinking of monkeys. I think it's some type of primate that actually eats it and poops it out. There's a specific type of that. It's made in Indonesia, I think, right? But yeah, it's eaten, pooped out by monkeys, and apparently that gives it a flavor. I don't really get it. I don't drink coffee. I'm uncultured when I do. I'll just dump a whole lot of creamer into it, so... Tells you in Adam's way. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, I hope they like pig poop coffee up on the surface, because boy, did I go all in on that. But with our hold thusly stocked, I think we're all good here in Fallen London. We don't think we have anything else to do. Maybe we could reduce our terror some more just in case. I think we will. And that'll give us some more restful nights as well. How is our menace going for yearning burning? Because apparently we get that from sunlight, which I'm assuming on the surface there will be much of. Suspicion. Oh, we don't have any at all. Okay, that's interesting. It says you got 11 fuel on the top left. Yeah, that's just because we haven't gone out of the menu. So if we go out here, it should update. Yeah, just like that. But we should be good to set sail here. Finally head up to the surface. Now we need to go to... where was it for Maybe's daughter? Naples. Naples is the location we need to go on the surface to find Maybe's mother. That is the only remaining location where she could be found, so... We'll go there. We'll try to sail around. Maybe hopefully we'll come out near there. I don't know where the Humane Canal comes out on in the surface. I don't know what the map looks like up there. So maybe we've got a whole another map to explore. Yeah, that'll be really interesting. Fill your crew up. I think you only get one yearning burning from going to the surface. Okay. Fill your crew up if going to the surface. I don't know if I want to trust you anymore, man. Like, you done bamboozled me here before. I don't know if I want to trust you on it. I suppose with the crew, trust me with 2 dots afterwards. That sounds suspect. I suppose going logically here, if we went up to the surface with our folks that are from the underground, we don't know what to do with sunlight. It drives us mad. Even in the Untersee, it sends us completely insane. So. I guess it does make sense that we would probably lose some sailors up there. Yes, let me double check. Thank you very much. I would like very much to have this. I think I will get it up at least a little bit. If I can find, I think that's in Fallen London, isn't it? We'll grab our free recruit. That'll reduce some terror too. Not too bad. I think I might get it up to, say, 25. That way we can lose about 10? 9 or 10 before we start going at half speed up there. I don't know if we'll be able to get zailors up there, because it does seem like they probably wouldn't want to go from a nice little. Well, I mean, the surface is. Some people think it's nice. Some people like the sun up there. I don't know if they'd be willing to come down here. I'm gonna equip the stone man and fill it up to 35. You can lose them very easily up there. I'm gonna wait till that fact check comes through. I'm gonna wait until that comes up here. It costs me, was it 30 echo every time for? Well, it is a sure chance at least now, but I think it only gets you a max of 3 every time. How's the fact check coming along, people? I gotta hear if this is actually the thing to do. Should I get zailors while I'm up at the surface, or should I? Longer you spend up top, more likely to lose crew. Okay, so we'll go and dequip the auxiliary here. The We Are Clay. Ooh, no, wait. Oh, come on. Can I just equip it, please? Whatever. Okay. We'll toss some fuel overboard. What I'd meant to do was stick one of these in, and I think for our purposes, probably be hearts, right? Hearts seems like the thing we would need on the surface most. Maybe iron, but our iron is already pretty set. Oh, this actually gives iron. That's interesting. I did not realize that was a benefit of that. But since the fact check has come through, pages for secrets. I suppose we could do that. It doesn't really matter too much. We're just kind of min-maxing a little bit here. But we'll go fill up our crew as suggested. They might eat us out of all the supply we've got before we even get there. And last one here. Perfect. And so now we should be good in preparation to head to the surface here. Hopefully we make it before our crew completely consumes our food supplies. We do need 2 food to even get up there. And I guess we might as well spend a ton of time up there since we've got so much crew. We don't want to come back down with this many crew, that's for sure. We'll go and adventure around up there. Make sure you have a fuck ton of fuel. I've got a lot of fuel. How much is the ridiculous amount there? I could sell some of my dark drop coffee beans to stock up on more fuel. But those are kind of what's taking up our hold space at the moment. You can buy fuel and supplies up there. Okay, we got a fair amount of echo. It's more expensive. If you lose all your fuel, you lose. Oh, okay. We'll sell off some of our dark drop coffee beans. We won't sell off a ton. I think we'll just sell off 6 to get 15 per fuel. Oh, 15 per fuel is fine. That's not that bad. And supplies are... Oh my god, supplies are super cheap up there. Okay, I'm not worried about supplies at all anymore. We're going to keep everything here. We're going to call it good. We're going to call ourselves prepared. We've got all of our items equipped thusly. Hey, and we can fill a mirror catch box too. Oh, we're up there. Oh, and I should get some more, because we accidentally had to toss some fuel overboard. We'll buy some more. To max out our cap here. And set sail down to the Main Canal. It's the fastest way to make money in the early game. Am I still considered in the early game? I am a good, like, feels like 30 hours in on this character, at least. I can't believe that's the early game. This is the early game. I don't know how much more there is to explore in this location. I mean, I guess there is the entirety of the underwater sections here, so interesting. If you do shore leave, you can use 2 to 3 crew and drop 25 terror for 30 echoes. That... I don't know if that's great. I've also got to blow this crap up. There we go. Well, I guess we'll dissect it since our food has just been eaten by our crew. Oh my god, they're going through it so fast. A little past, you got 5k hours in this and still find cookies? My goodness. You've got tons. This is a much more expansive game than I thought. I guess I knew that this had a lot of stuff at it. To drop crew and terror at the same time. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's a positive thing. Yeah, since supplies are cheap up there, I think if we get there, as long as we get to the Humane Canal with the 2 necessary to go up to the surface, we should be okay. You can speedrun it in about 30 minutes. I'm sure there's somebody that has a very quick speedrun time. I wonder if they consider only new captains as speedruns, or if they have to, if they have like a beneficial character, you just max out all of your stats and stuff and try to get your way all the way up there. But it's time to go to the surface finally. We've been passing by this location so many times, so many places. I wonder what the surface is like. I'm very curious. But we'll go grab the port report and listen for surface gossip. That'll get us moving the great game. And now we are well supplied with fuel and supplies. Well, as well as we could get. Make 30k or find Father's Bones. Oh, okay, I see. Let's travel to the surface. Oh, this is... I'm very concerned, but I'm super interested. Travel to the surface. The sun is dangerous to Neath dwellers like your crew, but the surface has its temptations. Ensure you're well stocked with supplies and fuel, or you may never return. We'll do it. The Ascent of Man. I just got an achievement for that. Nice. The coils of the earth. The engineers of the canal took advantage of existing caves and passages where they could. In ancient times, this was a passage to the underworld, they say. But still, the labor must have been staggering. The story goes that the masters of the bazaar lent their arts and allies to the tasks, but the surface nations played down the fact. Certainly, some of the tunnels look blasted or tunneled. Some others look dissolved. Stone pigs, a stoker whispers. Stone pigs. So we've lost 10 terror. Wow, we're completely nothing. We've reached 0 terror, which is the lowest it has been since we literally started captaining. We lost 10 fuel, but we lost 1 supply. Waves reflect with light, and we've got the menaces yearning, burning. The light is pretty. Okay, and we're on the surface. Okay, so we're in Avernus. The canal emerges in the little lake called Avernus. A warm breeze ruffles blue waters. You and your crew shelter like vampires from the light, with awnings, curtains, broad-brimmed hats, poplars, birdsong, the warmth of the companion sun. So, should we risk the wound straight off? I don't think we will. I think once we come back to this location, we'll be okay. Take boxes for sunlight next time. No way of getting wounded up here. Or more boxes. Oh, okay. No way of getting wounded? Sure. Yeah, it doesn't actually say that it'll give us a chance to get wounded. That's perfect. Let's fill our mirror catch box, open it wide, let it bask in the light until its baffles and convolutions brim with sun. Totally will. We'll have that menace yearning burning, whatever. Snap it shut. The box will remain filled with light until it's opened, even underground. They do it with mirrors. Oh, and I guess we actually go... There's not actually a map up here, is there? It got kind of happy music for the first time. It's not spooky. That's a bit of a tonal change. But now, to Naples. We do have to go there. The very last stretch of the canal runs overland to the bay by Boccoli. Then it's an easy run down to the Tyrrhenian coast into Naples. I will say I have very little knowledge of actual geography, so Naples, yes, I know Naples is very much a real place, but I will not be able to tell if a lot of these other locations are going to be real or not. yeah, let's head to Naples. That's the only option other than returning below. But we'll head there here. Farms and fantasies in the vast expanse of the surface without familiar echoes, your engine sounds strangely quiet. Your crew watches the white-walled farmhouses slip by. I could live over there, one muses. Over there, grow olives or something, raise a family. Ooh, come over a bit funny. I come over a bit funny. Just going to sit down a moment. He collapses to the deck, his eyes roll back in his head, and the last longing, sighing breath goes out of him. Okay, well, we lost some crew and some fuel. Now watch your fuel and supplies closely or you may get stuck here. Yeah, that's a good thing to check. We've got quite a bit of fuel, quite a bit of supply left, so we're okay. Now, in Naples, even by night, the port of Naples is alive with shouts and laughter and work songs, the roar of engines. Brick warehouses loom over the moon-dazzled bay. By day, you try to stay below decks. The sun hits like a hammer, and the wind always seems to come straight from the struggling sewers of the slums. So, in here, it's not quite too bad. Supplies, I don't know how many supplies I have, but I will grab some here. There we go, 4. Up here, food grows freely under the sky, and the taste of it will make a neither weep. All the fruits, zailors lick their lips as the provisions come aboard. Warm rye bread, ripely blushing tomatoes, wheels of creamily irresistible cheese, cured hams that set the coxswain's nose twitching like a rabbit's. You'll eat well tonight. And we've only got 4, and I think I'll go to, well, as much as I can, really. I wish I could check my hold, though. Come on. Really? Man. I'll get... Oops, I got fuel instead of supplies. That's okay, too. 8, and... There we go. Now we're good. Supplies should be okay. Fuel is doing all right. I think it was at 17 when it said that. We could carry cargoes around the Mediterranean. That costs quite a bit of fuel, though. Let's go to maybe help out Maybe's daughter here, though, because this is the last bit of her quest that we know about. Help Maybe's daughter search for her mother. She returns to the surface again and again. Parnassus, they say, Mongolia, but she always passes through here first. So let's go see what she has to say. Met by moonlight. She was here last week, but you follow the daughter's stunned gaze. A woman in a lilac gown leans in the doorway of a draper's. Her features bear an unmistakable resemblance to your officers. We should talk, she says to the daughter, quite calmly. The daughter assembles the rags of her composure with remarkable speed. She excuses us. Hey, we finally found her mother. Go to Vienna to sell coffee. Okay, that's good to know. Maybe a mother. The daughter leaves with the woman in lilac. You see nothing of them for the rest of the night, but in the morning the daughter returns, her eyes bright with purpose. Show me your tattoo, she demands. Oh, the tattoo we got way back when? Okay. The Wheel of Mists, you mean this? Oh, I've never seen that. I've seen that one before. That's Clathermont's work, isn't it? I bet they told you we are not the messenger, but the message. Well, you're the message today. The daughter's grin is not quite sane. Are you okay? You okay, lady? My mother forged an alliance with the bazaar. That's how she came to learn the great signs, the tattoos no one wears. We must return to London. That is, please can we return to London, please? We must find Penstuck, who watches the secret wicket gate of the bazaar. Okay, so we gained some veils. Nice. And I assume Penstock is in Fallen London. Usually it says Fallen London, but is London also a location? Because London is a location on the surface. No, there can't be a London on the surface because Fallen London is actually London, which got dragged down to the Neath by bats somehow. Still not sure exactly how that one works. But London surface does no longer exist. It's only Fallen London. So now, oh man, we can finally cross that off. That was a long quest. But we've finally found her mother. We now need to go to Fallen London for Maybe's daughter here. Oh, this is interesting. That night, you walk beside a river of serpents through a green and fervid jungle beneath an orange sun. In the company of a tiger, it watches you with weary, humorous eyes. Speak with the tiger. I understand you've become involved in my daughter's intrigues. I'm sorry? It's a tiger? Her father is a tiger. Hold up. Or is this her mother? Is her mother like a shapeshifter? What the heck is going on here? Let's speak with it. I understand you've become involved in my daughter's intrigues. Well, you look like the sort who can take care of yourself, but let me repay you as best I can. As best I may. Tiger Tales. This cat walks in the mirror marches at the edge of dream. I assume that's supposed to be dreams. At the edge of dreams. Consequently, sees many and curious things through mirrors. It shares them with you as you walk with it beside the writhing river. When you wake, you remember them clearly. Oh, okay, I see. So that was just a dream. That was very strange. We now have strategic information. We've got a memory of distant shores. We've got a secret. And we talked with the tiger that is apparently maybe's mother, father, something. I don't know. But it's now nighttime. So we can reduce our terror, which we can't see. We can't tell anything here about that. We can share our news from London. I think I might hold on to that. We can purchase fuel and supplies. We should have 17 here and 10 here, so that should be okay. I think we'll avoid spending time ashore. All the urges of the flesh may be satisfied here, and when that's done, perhaps your crew will find time to pray. No, I think not. I think we'll buy a train ticket to Vienna here. Isn't your terror 0? Oh, you're totally right. My terror is at absolutely 0 because it got reduced when we headed up. We head up through the Cumaean Canal. So we'll just buy a train ticket to Vienna instead. Parabola linen crumbles in sunlight. The mushroom wines of the Neath are not kindly received in the wine shops of Italy and France. Prisoner's honey. Oh, really? Mushroom wines of the Neath are not kindly received? Aw, come on. Prisoner's honey loses all its virtue. But in the coffee houses of Vienna, dark drop coffee is the new sensation. Ah, yes. So I was right. I knew it would be one of those two. I thought it'd be mushroom wine, but I guess it's going to be dark drop coffee bean. It's not so very far by train. You could travel by night. Sure, let's go do that. The rattle of the rails. Rome, Florence, Venice. The sleeping countryside curls all around you under the night sky. So like and so unlike the Neath. At Udine, things go wrong, and you cut through Slovenia. Vienna, the station alive with soot and shouting. The station officials with their whistles and their official brass buttons. This is more spooky. Vienna, the capital of the dual monarchy, has seen better days. The dual monarchy? Oh, this is so interesting. The palaces still glitter, but the mood is uneasy. Every third wall seems daubed with graffiti, only rarely in German. Unity or death, and Remember London, and The Liberation of Night. Radical elements have taken to smashing the gas lamps with flung stones. At least that means it's decently dark at night. So, let's go establish our business first. Establish a business relationship. The proud and glittering Café Forstel has long been a center of intellectual life, but its coffee is deteriorated in quality. Offer a sample to the melancholic proprietor. The proprietor's sorrowful expression vanishes. His eyebrows bristle. Even his ears seem to prick up. My friend, this is extraordinary. What flavors do I detect? Cinnamon? Jasmine? Is that bat guano? The vitality of this substance, the energy. His enthusiasm dissipates abruptly. Yes, I suppose it'll do. I'll pay you 80 kronen, whatever that it is in your peculiar subterranean currency, for every sack you bring me. Perhaps it will do this poor old place some good. Anything's possible, I suppose. 80 kronen. Oh, so that converts to 80 echo as a 1-to-1. Wow, 80 echo? Holy crap. That's an amazing price. We got it for 38. We're making over double on this. That's fantastic. And we got 25 more to sell. Wow, that's amazing. Deliver coffee to Café Forstel. Gas lamps glow. Waiters swoop. Chess players hunch over their tables. The melancholic proprietor looks up from his mustache wax. Ah, he says gloomily. My only remaining friend. I'm glad you're not dead yet. Okay, and I guess we sold all of them all at once. Wow, we made 2,000 echoes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is amazing. This is an amazing trade route. Okay, we now have a trade route we can absolutely use up here. Your gamble paid off really well. Yeah, expected one of the two. I really thought it would be the mushroom wine, but since I had access to the dark drop coffee beans, I figured I'd try that one out instead while we were in Port Carnelian. That's amazing. Okay. We've got tons of echoes. The black blood of the firstal. Each day the proprietor waves at the bustling blaze of the cafe. We draw a little nearer to bankruptcy. Your coffee helps delay our demise, if only by a week or two. I'm grateful, I suppose. Here, this is all I can afford to pay you. Yeah, no, this is gonna be fine. This is gonna be totally good. Now, it seems that there is 2 states here. Obviously, there's the fidgety agitator, who I can either support or turn in. I don't know if taking supplies to London is going to increase London's power, or if it's going to decrease London's power. The resistance is in London resisting against London, the revolution here. So I don't think I'm going to actually deal that. Ask if you had met him before. I do not have that option here. Letters of the name which burns of 7. So we don't actually have that option unlocked. Since we don't know about the fidgeting agitator, supremacy anarchists. So we don't really know what's going on here. I don't think we're going to side with either one. Yeah, I don't think we will. I think we'll leave it as is. And I'll just get ourselves back to Naples, I guess. That's the only option here. The Midnight Express. The 8 o'clock train is less crowded, but dangerously exposed to sunlight. Besides, you have your return ticket. Yes, we do. In Naples, carry cargo around the Med for a lot of money, and to get rid of excess crew, just buy heaps of fuel as you go. Yeah, that sounds about right. The hum of the rails. Fall asleep in a carriage with 2 gossiping bankers. Wake with your head on a snoring soldier's shoulder. Fortunately, he doesn't seem to have noticed. So we're back to Naples, and less creepy music. So it looks like the only locations up here are Naples and Vienna. Maybe when we sail around, we can see what else is around there. Maybe we'll actually get access to the map. I suppose we may as well trade the news here. Will we? No, we'll do that before we head down. We'll do that before we head to Avernus to go home. So only uses 2 supplies. We got 10 fuel. So I'll buy 3 more fuel here. Just so we have enough to make it out and back. And we'll see what we do. Let's see what the map looks like up here finally. By carrying cargoes around the Mediterranean. Your ship is designed for the calmer, deadlier waters of the Untersee, but she's seaworthy, just about. If you're lucky, you might turn a profit. So let's see how we do here. Grain and olive oil, an interlude of noisy gulls and baking afternoons. It's restful after the terrors of the sea below, but your crew were troubled by the strangeness of it. Some go missing. Perhaps they slip ashore. Perhaps the sun withers them altogether. Get more fuel. Yeah, I will be getting fuel in between all this. 500 echoes, so that's not too bad. 500 echoes. We lost 3 crew. That's totally fine. We want to get rid of them anyway. And we lost 2 supplies and then the 10 fuel as required. So we'll buy 10 more fuel. And then we will set back off. I wish I could buy more at its time here. Or I wish at least they had it at the top here, so I could just quickly click back and forth. And 20. Overfill. Let's see, how many supplies do I? Yeah, I can get more fuel. We'll be okay. We'll get 30, since you guys seem very concerned about this. Though you did say if it's 0, it's game over, so. You cannot overfill up here. Oh, okay, that's good to know. We'll get to 30, and we'll go do more Mediterranean stuff. Okay, fortunate. Gained 500 echoes, lost 1 crew, lost 10 fuel, and 2 supplies. So we got plenty. I think we'll just keep doing this until we get to, what were we at before? 20 fuel, 20 crew. So once we get around 20 crew, we'll call it good. We'll head back down. God, we're making so much profit up here. I don't know how much unluckiness we can go for, because we've only gotten positive things. We've only been fortunate up here. So we'll see what happens when we become unlucky. Maybe we'll lose Echo. But we'll go do another one, because we've got all the fuel and supplies required. Unlucky, okay. Storms and desertions. A half day out of Sicily. A squall drives you almost onto the rocks. You're not weatherwise here above. Late fees eat up half your fee, and the roll call is short. Did the missing zailors slip ashore, or did the sun wither them? Okay, so unlucky. Oh, we still make a profit. Okay, we just make less of a profit, only 200 echo. 10 fuel, 3 crew, and 2 supplies. So I'll buy more fuel up here. Ever so slowly. Seriously, they couldn't add a buy like 10 fuel in bulk thing here? Really? Meanwhile, down in Irem, they have a here, trade this for 50 fuel. Oh my goodness. Okay, and we might as well just keep going. Can I expand this book out anyway? No. First time I've asked that, because it's really not been a problem before, but this is annoying. Oops. Oh, no. Okay, I clicked the wrong option there. We accidentally spent some time ashore. All the urges of the flesh may be satisfied here, and when that's done, perhaps your crew will find time to pray. Hot nights and echoing cathedrals. Naples is hotter, louder, livelier, tastier, sandier, windier, foreigner than London. After a day, your crew adore this place. After a week, you imagine they'll loathe it. Oh, well. There we go. We're now back up to fuel of 30. So let's go do more cargo runs. 500 echo, 3 crew down to 22. Okay. We're going to go and do one last run around the Mediterranean. We should have... Ooh, actually, let's check our supplies. Yeah, good thing we checked our supplies there. We would actually run out. So we'll buy our supplies up to 10 again. Okay, and then we'll go on one last trip around the Mediterranean here. You came up here with 3K, you will make at least 5K here, 2K from coffee and 3K from cargo on the Med. Oh, we're filthy rich. Finally. Oh my god, like we've been in the thousands, so we haven't exactly been broke at any point recently, but this is such a great money-making area. That's amazing. Do it till 17, you can just equip the Stone Man. Oh, you're right. You're right. Fortunate, making profits. Yeah, no, that's great. That's fantastic. We'll go... The most annoying part of this is really just getting the fuel. Oh, it's such a painful process. Running out here ain't bad as you can just buy more. Never leave with less than 11 fuel and 2 supplies. Okay. Good to know. Back up to 30 almost. 30 fuel. And how's our supplies doing? I think our supplies should be okay. Let's go make some profits. Supplies at 6. Yeah, we're good. And then one more Mediterranean run. Unlucky. We're now at 17 crew, and we've only got 4 supplies left. So let's fill up on... Well, supplies here, surely. Supplies are super cheap here. We'll fill up on enough fuel to get home. So I think 20 fuel will probably keep us safe. 20... on the way there. Keep a bit more than 17 crew in case of accidentally losing some. Yeah, the lag kind of got you there. I think we'll be okay. Filling up supplies, you can combine them for 2 supplies into 1 fuel. Saves 5 echoes. Oh, really? Interesting. Where have you found that trade, though? Well, let's check. Let's just pick up supplies. We'll pick up... Honestly, we'll pick up to like 30. Because supplies is super cheap down here, or up here, I suppose. Unfortunately, we are going to spend a good 1,000 echoes just in purchasing fuel and supplies and stuff. But we're still making one heck of a profit. Oop, I got fuel again. Damn. Got 30 supplies. Yeah, they're not changing in price at all. I'm not being bamboozled here. Okay, 30 supplies. All good. We've got 21, I believe, fuel. So it should be good. Running out of fuel will trigger it. Ah, I see. I don't know if I really want to do that, though. But I suppose we're about to leave here. Let's share news from below. You've stories of lost London. Disbelief and fascination. A silent empress in a shuttered palace. Robed merchant princes in a spired bazaar. Serpents hiding in mirrors. No one believes a word. But you get a lot of dinner invitations and a number of gifts. Your stories are serialized in the worst kind of magazine. A well-wisher sends you coal. Hey, I'll take it. You got some intriguing snippets back. Some fuel and supplies as well. Okay, but we are all set here. We are at a minimum of crew. So we're going to return to Avernus here. And you were actually correct. I should have kept a little bit more than 17, because we can possibly lose some here. But we are not going to be that far from Fallen London, even in the event of that. So let's go return to Avernus. It's time to go home. You cannot survive the sunlight forever. Cool. No crew lost here. Along the coast at evening, the bloody glory of a new sunset, gulls crying above the foreland, the sirocco rising, smudging the smoke of your engines across the sky of a dusty rose. Have you survived another day? Yes, we have. And last thing to do is to head down. We've got the 1 supply. We got plenty of supply. We've got 22 fuel, so we should be good. And we'll be okay. Return below. The sky is blue hot metal. Cicadas buzz like a headache. This is no place for an honest zailor. Let's head back home. Silver green safety, down into the dark and quiet. No birdsong, no surface wars, no raucous peasants. Still water, the glint of the eyes. A thing has happened. Okay, oh yeah, right, we've just moved to the Neath. Okay, so I guess there wasn't a map up here. That was amazing. That was fantastic. We made so much profit. And if we don't do Mediterranean runs, I'm trying to think of how much we carry just casually. I think we're using at least 10 or 20 cargo slots just on the random bits and bobs we're carrying around here. But that leaves 60 slots open. We do need, let's say, 25-ish. Call it 25 to go to and from. For fuel, we'll need 5 supply. Just to go places. Actually, no, if we're not going out to the Mediterranean, we don't need much supply at all. We could really do it. Yeah, we could really do it with just the 5. 3 to get to and from, and then 2 to get up and down. To and from Fallen London, I'm talking about. And then up and down from the surface to the Neath and vice versa. So that's really interesting. silver green safety down into the quiet and the dark. No birdsong, no surface wars, no raucous peasants, still water, glinting of eyes. Oh right, we already read through this. We made it down safely to the Neath. Now we can grab another move in the great game. Wow, what a transport trip. So we are now at a ton of supplies. Luckily, supplies there are super cheap. Sell supplies in the Iron Republic for 25. Depends on what Iron Republic market there is. Some of them have access to that supply, and then some of them are... The most recent one we looked at was Lamentable Relics. But yeah, we really did that here. We did pretty well. We'll go requip the We Are Clay, and let's take a look here. So we've got this cask of mushroom wine, which we can't offload, unfortunately. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like 6-ish. 6 slots. Plus 7. 7, and then 8, 9. So yeah, about 10 slots just holding things that we don't want to get rid of. And then everything else on top of that, subtracting the 25-ish fuel, then 5 supply, so 30 on top of the 10. So basically, we could carry, if we wanted to travel at the very edges of what we could manage, we could carry 40 dark drop coffee beans here. 40 every time we went up to the surface. And that would make us at 80 a bag, a sack of it. That would make us so much echo. That would make us an absurd amount of echo. Oh my goodness. So I guess that's how probably the speedrunners get their ships all decked out and stuff, or maybe people that are just more versed in the game. Maybe that's just going to be how they get decked out in all the ships with all the highest tier engines and guns and just everything. Man, that's nuts. 3,200 per trip, and then subtract with 40 times essentially 40. Subtract, what is that? 1,600? Yeah, 1,600 echoes. So we're still making double profit, basically. That's amazing. That is fantastic. Not including loading up on crew and doing runs. Oh, that's correct. That is actually correct. Though if we're just going up there for the mushroom wine, or sorry, not the mushroom wine, for the dark drop coffee beans. So if we're not doing trips around the Mediterranean, I think we should be okay. But no, that is fantastic. That is a really good trade route that we now have access to now that we know about it. We'll go set off here to Port Carnelian. We'll set off to Port Carnelian again. This is because I want to offload all of that useless mushroom wine we don't have. If we go to the surface, we really don't need to buy supplies down here. Like, we could really just go for, like, 3 or 4. No, yeah, that's fantastic. What an amazing trade route. What an amazing way to make some echo. I could get the cargo ship, you're right. It has 120 cargo spaces, but I like the clattery heart. Like, it just feels... I invested so much time in getting it. I don't want to get rid of it, especially since I don't know if I can get it again. And especially because I think I would piss off the clattery air. I'm not sure if he'd actually stay with me if I did that. I don't think I could get it again, because it does seem like a very end game of a quest line. I wish I could... I know this sounds silly, but I wish I could store my ship in my house in some way, along with, you know, all of the other shrines that I've got. We'll dock here and go pick up some fuel. Grab the port report. Tale of Terror. Memory of Distant Shores. Parliament of Flies is opened up. Oh, wait. We actually have to open that. Oh no, the Cavalry Doctrine is open. Now, I think this is actually one of the ones we didn't have listed. I don't think we've actually picked up the Cavalry Doctrine before in the Iron Republic. We've got the Market of Hungers, the Gesundheit Conspiracy. Wait, is this the House of Pleasures or the Market of Hunger? Or the Parliament of Flies? I don't know what I've listed them down as. I suppose we'll see either one. I think I'll list it down as the House of Pleasures, Parliament of Flies. I think I'll list it down as the Parliament of Flies. House of Harms. We've got. Oh no. So I should list it down as the Pleasures, the House of Pleasures, because we've got House of Harms here. So there must be other houses that I've just listed down as some other location. But we'll write down the trades that we can get from here. So this is the Iron Republic House of Pleasures. So they want romantic literature. And they want that for 22 Echo. Same price as in Port Carnelian, just a little bit more risky. Some Scintilic for 74 Echo. Pretty good price. Judgment's Egg we can actually get here. But what for? I think this is something pretty rare. Yeah, Colossal Flute Core. Not sure what those are from. Colossal Fluke Core. I assume that this is from those flukes, the Lorne flukes that are puttering across the ocean that we've had to dodge a few times. And then fuel, obviously the fuel is always standard in the Iron Republic. Only 8 Echo for purchase. Great price. And 0 Echo for sale, obviously. Then a Dread Surmise. So we can actually go get one of those, assuming we get enough. What is this? Searing Enigmas. So if we get, for the Dread Surmise, 9 Searing Enigmas. We can buy a Dread Surmise there. But that's a long way out. That is quite the investment. And then bales of parabola linen. We can get for 57 Echo. That's cheaper than I think you can get it in some places, but it is not cheaper than IREM, I think, is the best option, because you can trade Dark Drop Coffee Beans, I want to say, to get parabola linen, and that effectively makes it 38 Echo, plus some fuel. Make sure to sell the mirror catch box somewhere before going to London. Yes, you are entirely correct. That is a bit of contraband, so I don't want to sell it and fall in London here. We'll go pick up fuel. Actually, how much fuel depends on where we have to go for this. So I'm assuming Port Carnelian will not allow me to sell the the sunlight-filled mirror catch box. I'm gonna go double check, but I am almost entirely sure. Yeah, definitely not for sale there. The Isle of Cats isn't all that far away, and there is a not a sale, but a trade there. But it costs a bit of risk. Rosegate is a location, but it definitely doesn't have that for sale, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, definitely not. So I think, where is that at? Guider's Morn up here is probably going to be our best option. That is the Pirate Cove that we have been to a few times. And it looks like they will buy sunlight-filled mirror catch boxes for 300 Echo. So I think we'll go there, which means we'll have to make our way, up and down, left and right, kind of just work our way up there. Again, sort of the same way we did when we were heading up to Mount Palmerston at the beginning of this. We've basically only stayed on the western side of the map, which it's been a long time since we've only done that. So it's nice that we have all of this, and we can go and get those port reports turned in there for some more free fuel and some echo to boot. But we'll go to Guider's Morn, and then we'll head on back home. Oh, and we can stop off in Rack and see what the what that information was all about. The dreams, because we'll have sent the folks from Venderbite over there, so we can taste more of the tether and see what more memories we have done. Now, I think the last time we went to the docks, right? I think the knife is the one that we didn't have the option for. So we'll go taste of the knife the next time we go back there. I'll have to remember exactly what it was that I looked at with the knife. I think it was an envelope that I paired with that the last time. So we'll see what's going on there. But for now, down to the Grand Geode, to Port Carnelian, Fathom King's Hold, might as well. Pigmote Isle, and then Abbey Rock, since Station 3 doesn't actually give out a port report. We can't get anything from there. But so Pigmote Isle, Abbey Rock, Shepherd Isles, Guider's Morn, and then Rack, Salt Lines, and then back to Fallen London. So we'll just make another round, basically, about halfway of the route that we took up to Mount Palmerston the last time. But to do that, we need to go get fuel. We need to go get lots of fuel. So I will pick up, let's say 30. 30 fuel. And that'll give us plenty of ability to go up there. Be set. And our terror is just so low. It hasn't been this low in ages. Oh, man. You know, we may have had a bunch of sailors die, but they died on the surface, so it doesn't scare my crew at all. They were just like, yeah, that was pretty much expected. But let's go stop by on the Grand Geode again. Do we want to go take a look at the Dawn engine? We have made them very superior here. I'd like to know what it's all about. We didn't actually sail all the way into it the last time we went there, and I'm wondering if it'll eat our ship, if it's a port of any kind, if we can dock there, if it'll send us somewhere. Maybe the Dawn engine is actually a teleporter or something. We don't know. Maybe it's teleporting sunlight from the surface down here. Maybe we can get like a neat engine or like a bridge light, something of that nature. I don't know. Could explore there. I'm kind of giddy right now. I'm so enthused by the fact that we made it up to the surface, made so much profit off of it. Really happy about that. We'll go dock here and compile the port report. We won't ask the Admiral about anything going on here because he'll just lie to us anyway. Yeah, screw it. Let's go to the Dawn Machine. Oh, right, and we'll need to skirt this dreadnought on the way down. If we can. Oh, come on, buddy. Turn around. Turn around. Okay, he should be far enough away that we can flick on our lights. Uh-oh. You see us? Yes, he did. So what is this Dawn Machine, then? Does he still see us? No way. I really hope this doesn't, This is gonna hit me? Okay, we're okay. Oh, I don't know if I was supposed to touch that. Oh, this is super interesting. Well, we've got it all cleared out. That's really neat and also kind of creepy. We'll not sail straight into it, but we've at least got the map portion of it explored out here. Oh, Dreadnought, kindly turn around, please. Thank you. Alrighty. We're good to keep on to Port Carnelian here. Stick by the shore and make sure that Dreadnought doesn't take notice of us. Music cut out there. I am a little creeped out. The Dawn Machine does seem a bit sinister. I mean, they're a cult, basically. But, I don't know. Something about it's very much interesting to me. I don't know what it's all about. Because they've got, you know, a whole sect of secrecy. The only contacts that we've made are the Admiral, not the Admiral, the Spy Master, whatever her name is, and the fellow at the Grand Geode. Those are the only two true contacts that we've had, and I guess the Carnelian Exile, but we don't know what the deal is with her yet. We have made it to Port Carnelian. Do not dive underneath the Dawn Machine. Apparently it instant increases your terror to 100. Ooh, okay. Good to know. I totally forgot that there's like an underwater section of that as well. So yeah, I have no clue what that's about. But in Port Carnelian, we'll go grab our port report. We'll sell off our casks of mushroom wine. You gain terror faster whenever you're near it. Okay, so I guess it's good that we had our terror so low when we went over there. Spies needs, I think they just want, yeah, the romantic literature, which we don't currently have. And we won't seek intelligence right now. We really don't need to get too much here. We don't need to get much at all. We could get sacks of dark drop coffee beans. If we wanted to trade something to Fallen London, it kind of feels like a waste, though, now that we know about the surface and about how profitable that can be. I suppose we shouldn't make it a habit of going too many runs to the surface, though. It is a bit concerning. Let's see. Casket of Sapphires is 90 echoes, 86, so we'd make 4 profit on each of them, which doesn't go too much. Nah, I don't think we'll transport anything. I know it's a bit of a waste, but I'm just going to go get ourselves back to Fallen London via way of Guider's Morn. I might have wanted to get fuel there while I was there, but I think it'll be okay. I think we should make it, and if we need to, we can always purchase it elsewhere. Okay, so headed over to Fathom King's Hold. If you scoot past the Dawn Machine, you can go off the western edge of the map. Oh, there's a western edge, too. My goodness. We've been off the north edge, and that was an unsettling experience, to say the least. I'm very concerned about the other edges. Maybe we'll head out the south edge, because we do have the living ship that can actually do it. We should be coming up on Fathom King's Hold. Yeah, there it is, just above us here. No Lauren Fluke, luckily. Oh, I spoke too soon? No, it's just a Corsair. We're good. We're okay here. We'll go dock and he'll forget about us. We'll go grab the port report. We'll... Yeah, what the heck? Let's talk to the king again. We can watch a visitor. kind of interested in this one, since this is actually a check of our expertise with visage, which we've got a fair bit of. Let's see what he does. Watch a visager. Crocodile moves around a corpse offering on a bier clockwise. He indicates its wounds to the Fathom King. Why is he here? Another rite. Crocodile is describing the wounds on the body, but the wounds he describes don't match the wounds you see. This is another visage ritual. He sounds like he's boasting, but a single tear trickles down from beneath his mask. At last the king nods. The offering is acceptable, he says. Thorn-armored guards carry the bier through a dark slit behind his throne. The king begins offhandedly to outline the cartography of the deep undersea and the patrol routes of monsters. He notices your presence and snaps his fingers. The guard ushers you out, but not before you've heard valuable deep gossip. You understand a little more visage lore. Crocodile has given this body to another kind of flood. Interesting. Well, we got our bit done here. Let's go and set up shop. Actually, you know what? I want to talk to the comatose ferret. Because he may at one point be, well, we'll try nothing here. Oh. Unfortunately, he's, angry at us. Ouch. The comatose ferret resents the disturbance. It springs to life like a figure in an enchanted painting in a story, sinking a sudden fang into your thumb. So we gain some terror for that. Let's wait until we have something awaits us, and then we will, we'll go do that. Let's go take on this Corsair. What the heck? No, that's not what I meant to do at all. Set off. And then... there we go. Okay, and we're in a fog. So we might as well... blow him to smithereens here. Oh, if we can circle him. We'll see if we get another gift from the pirate poet, who's been the one involved in all of the Corsairs we've actually sunk so far. Corvettes, that's the one. Not using your lump of blue scintillic? No, I don't really need it. This is a pretty easy fight. We've got them on the ropes, and they've done 4 damage to us total, I think it said. So we'll just take them down. Let's go check the wreckage. Ah, that's the pirate poet again. Well, let's go pick her up. Ah! So I think the more times we talk to the pirate poet, the more we get of her. She fought well. She's earned that respect. Let's send a lifeboat for her. The dinner with the enemy. With business dealt with, the pirate poet joins you and a few select members, my goodness, of the senior crew for a late supper. She treats the assembled audience to baptism of glass about her first days at Z after years of servitude. By demand, she follows it with shorter works and reforged, a cry for broken chains. In Polythreme, we are given our words. We are not allowed to hope they will be kind. In London, I learned to write my own, and in that moment, I was free. One day, others of my homeland will read them, and they too will learn. One day, my king's dreams must end. Dinner follows, hot wine and cold spiced meats. Sailors openly place bets on whether she actually eats. The pirate poet ignores them. Her stoic facade doesn't even quiver until dessert is served. At that, just for a moment, even she cannot hide a slight smile. Sorbet, Captain, she asks, eye ridge raised. Don't make me tell folk you're even softer than they say. Ah, we're slowly romancing her after sinking multiple ships that she's been on. But hey, it's a romance, you know? That's just how romance works. You sail, sink a couple of ships, you go sail around and find some more, and then you go have dinner with a lovely female captain / pirate legend. That's pretty interesting. I actually might go out of my way to sink more Corsairs. Corsairs? I think it's Corsairs. Sink more of them. Oh, shoot. I meant to go to Pigmote Isle. Oh, well, that's fine. We're already at the Abbey, so... Oh, and it looks like there's something off to our east here. Do I want to fight it? Nah. Well... we'll see. What are you? You're probably something big and nasty, aren't you? Oh, or not. You're something small and inconsequential. We'll use you to reduce hunger. Are we eating through fuel a little more quickly than normal? We've still got Mile Breaker on, right? Fuel efficiency is still good. Yeah, what's up with that? I'm not entirely sure. But I think we should be good to get at least Fallen London. So, oh, we can get some Centillic. Wow. So this must be like a timed thing because I do remember seeing this at some point. Yeah, no, fascinating. Let's go give her one. We've got a spare. We can easily get more. The sisters need provisions for the feast of Saint Neot. Something fresh they are prepared to pay with Centillic. There you go. A trade. Saint Neot is the patron saint of fish. Your strange catch is probably close enough. A dark-skinned, unsmiling sister hands you a coffer, gathered by our bravest sisters, she says, before she lets you take it. It's a long dive to the reefs. The rocks are sharp, the currents are strong. Sometimes there are monsters. Chainmail whispers under her habit. So we've got some Centillic back. Which has been a bit of time since we had some Centillic, so that's good to know. And that's all we'll do at Abbey Rock. We'll just set straight off to the Shepherd Isles, and then to Guider's Morn. So Shepherd Isles are here. We'll go and dock here and grab the port report. I don't think there's much else we'll be able to get. Yeah. Nothing at all. And then... yeah, nothing to buy or sell that is of interest to us anyway. So let's set straight off to Guider's Morn. Another Corsair. Shall we take him down? Sure. Why not? Oh no, this is just a pirate pinnace. Okay, not nearly as interesting. Well, we'll go grab... a firkin of prisoners, honey. That's not too bad. We do need to grab another Blemigan. Unfortunately, the one we deposited at the Chellenet was sort of speared when we immediately after we dropped it off, which I felt kind of bad about. But to go and get to, I believe it's 7 locations where Blemmigans have been deposited. We do need to drop off one more here. So we'll go and pick that up from the Utter Shroom at some point. You gonna keep rotating? Do I need to deal with you? Nah, we're okay. I think it's this way. Yeah, this way. Is Guider's Morn? Oops, not the one. There we go. Alrighty. So, we could gather intelligence. First things first, I will sell off our sunlight-filled mirror catch box. Lovely. Don't need to buy another concealed compartment. We already have the one. We could sell off the freaking prisoner's honey, but we're going to be using that to get more blemigans. So we're good on that. Whoops, and the only thing left to do is to choose what we're going to do here. We might as well try it out. Yep, success. So we've got our port report on Guider's Mourn. And we'll go explore it some more here. Now it's the fellow over here. You know what? We've been taking it safe. We've been trying the jellyfish instead. Let's try the mysterious object here. Tyrant's Treat. What exactly is Tyrant's Treat? The vendor is vague. It looks like something like a charred stick dripping with bluish fluid, which we've only got a 37% chance of liking. But you know what? We'll give it a try. Rare and delicious. Tyrant Moth Antenna. You know how to deal with these. You break it into fragments and swallow the dripping fragments in each in a gulp, exhaling briskly to savor the vapors afterwards. It's a complex rather than a pleasant flavor, but its tonic effects are marvelous. Oh, we got 2 iron, 2 hearts, 2 mirrors, and 30 fragments on a success here. Wow, that's great. That's fantastic. And that's all we have to do in Guider's Mourn. Now, I might actually sail up to Demuth Island here, because we do need more zailors. We have lost quite a few up on the surface, a little too many. But we can get one for cheap, one for essentially free. We just have to spend 1 echo over at the funging Iron and Misery Co. funging station. Demuth Island, so let's go see if we can go get there. Presumably we'll have the something awaits us by the time we get there. Ooh, did we pass it? No, we're still good. I'm not actually sure what the webbed with invisible lines bit is all about. You've crossed one, tightens. Tighten them and it would split like a fruit. I'm not exactly sure what that's all about. There must be something of interest in like this region, but I don't know what it is. This is just a docked ship. Maybe there's something under the water that we don't know about. We might start spending more time underwater actually, especially since our terror is so low right now. So let's go dock here. We'll pick up our free volunteer to keep her from turning into fungus here. And I guess we'll grab the port report as well. Might as well. Oh, wait. Okay. Whew. I was worried grabbing the port report somehow took away our something awaits us here. Definitely not. So we are good to set out. We do not need to buy... Surely 11 will be enough to get us back to Fallen London. Yeah, it absolutely should be. Unless we take on another Corsair. Oh no, it's just the boring pirate ship. Don't you run into me. Don't you dare. Oh, he shot me. How dare he? He shot me. And we got some fuel from him. Okay. And I suppose we may as well stop by on Hunter's Keep. It's been a long time since we've been there, since the place burnt down. And, well, the sisters are still nowhere to be found. We've never successfully done that. And since we've got our terror so low, we don't need to save our something awaits us for Fallen London either. Though I don't know if we'll actually have it by the time we dock. So I might take a little bit of a circuitous route here. Maybe just sit in the port until our something awaits us comes back. Ah, no, perfect. Fantastic timing. Because I want to go search around the island, see if we can actually get that. Maybe we will never, but... yeah, no, nothing. I would really like to see what happened here. It's a bit unfortunate. We'll go and set off. We'll head to Fallen London. And I think we'll end the stream once we get there. We're about a half an hour over. We didn't sail far today, but we got a lot done still. We made a lot, like a filthy amount of echo, a ridiculous amount of echo, just on that trip to the surface. We'll have to do some more of that if we ever get low. And we need to figure out something to do with our profits here. We could go and try to get a ship now that we have such a massive selection of money to do. Oh, right. Maybe's daughter had a quest to bring her back here, so I guess we're gonna go follow that here. A visit to the bazaar. She's down the gangplank as soon as she's docked. I need to talk to Penstock, she says, the land agent, the one at the bazaar. She hesitates, she bites her lip. Will you come with me? Yeah, sure, we'll go help her out. Let's go with her. Penstock's land agency, a modest office in an immodest location, hard against the eastern flank of the bazaar, that spired fortress of commerce that towers over London. You've met Penstock before. He gives you a long, hard look, then turns his attention to the daughter. The Sundered Sea. There's another sea beneath the bazaar, Penstock declares, a paler sea. Yes, I would imagine you might make the bargain your mother made. I helped her go down there, but she took a terrible chance even then, and the bazaar is not well, not now. Another hard stare at you. Are you certain? Wow. That's super interesting. Penstock's wicket. The daughter follows Penstock back into the shop to a redly lit grotto hollowed from the bazaar's carapace. A heavily changed cage lift awaits you there. You must descend into the most secret spaces of the bazaar. Penstock's wicket, she says. He has an understanding with the bazaar. He let my mother pass through long ago to make her bargain. Now I will follow. Is that really such a good idea? Oh, man. So we can either discourage her from passing through. She's wanted this for so long, but you've known her long enough to realize that beneath her bravado, she's genuinely terrified. Or we let her go down there, under the bazaar. I want to match my mother, she says reasonably. I want to learn the great signs. The courier, the bazaar, is the only one who will teach me. I have to go. Oh, man, what do we do? We're not using her, so losing access to her is not the worst thing in the world. I want her to... I individually want to protect her because she is properly terrified and stuff. She's in over her head effectively. I have no idea what she's talking about in terms of the great signs. That must be the tattoos that she was talking about. It's a possibility that she may never return, and I have no idea if I've prepared her in any way to pass that possibility. I think we'll let her go. I think we will let her continue her journey to figure out something about the great signs. Wait on it till next stream? No, I think that's the correct decision here. I think that's the option that we should take. This has something to do with the Sphinx Stone, apparently, as well. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna decide to let her go. Go well, Maybe's daughter. Match your mother. Learn the great signs from the courier, apparently. You've got this. An ascent. The cage rises rattling into view. Your officer is shivering, caked with lumps of something like ivory-colored snow, but grinning brilliantly. The Sundered Sea, she cries. The bazaar. Oh, he's so much more than any bazaar. My mother. I have back what she took from me. She taps you playfully on the shoulder as you haul back the lift door. Thank you. Here's a little present I got from the shore. Did she get what she wanted? Oh, yes, and so much more. I have one more tattoo now, but it's one that no one ever will see. Okay, so it worked. And apparently I'm her rival now. Okay. And we gained an outlandish artifact for that. Interesting. I also couldn't have waited for next stream to do it because we didn't actually have an option to back out here. So, wow, very interesting. The alarming scholar wants to talk to us again. No, maybe is her mother. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so she's now maybe's rival. Right. Okay, so maybe is her mother. That is yeah, that makes sense. Super interesting. Very interesting now. And she is a chief engineer. She gives engine power now and veils and iron. Our current one gives veils and fuel efficiency. I'm going to keep the fuel efficiency. Fuel efficiency is very important to me now. But we can now go and turn in our port reports. Here you go. Port Carnelian, Fathom King's Hold, the Grand Geode, and Debu's Gates. On the flip side, the faster you move, the less supplies you consume and the less terror you gain. Yes, but we haven't been having too much of an issue with that. I've been more concerned about our fuel consumption because that's eating into our echo profits. Our fuel purchases have been eating into that. So I think fuel efficiency is a little bit more important for us at the moment. We've not been having too much trouble with supplies and terror, at least not as of recently. But with all our port reports turned in, check with the Roser's Wharf. We still don't have anything here. Both of these are pretty easy options to get. We just don't happen to not have them. We should go pick up a recruit here. Lovely. And I think that'll be good. We could repair a ship, but we're only 50 down. We've still got 400 health. If we decide to go out chasing a boss, we'll go repair it. Try going to the hell place. What? Brass Embassy? Yeah, nothing here to do. We don't have a crate of human souls. We don't have the devil that's stuck in our throat to give the port report on Fallen London, and we don't have a freaking of red honey. So I think we're all done here. Since you have the Fallen London port report from the Iron Republic. No, we don't have the Fallen London port report. That we already turned that in. That's how we got the lump of blue scintillic. There it is. Oh, right. The alarming scholar wished to talk to us. So she's probably, judging by the description here, a little present from the scholar. You've been so very helpful. I wanted to give you something for your next voyage. I bottled it myself. She's probably going to give us... Oh, I thought it would be mushroom wine. Okay, interesting. Dark glass. It smells pickled chemicals, salty. Once it might have been eel flesh, but the scholar assures you that it has vital and nutritional virtues. Save it for an emergency, perhaps, and we gain 2 supplies. Cool. But that'll probably be it for this stream. We were about half an hour over. We had a good stream today. We made so much echo from our trip to the surface. We finally made our way up there. We spent most of it on the eastern half of the map. We didn't really go further than Station 3 over here. Next time, we might get a little bit more into things. So we do have now a quest to go to the Chellinet from our bandaged poissonnier to go and figure out his cooking skills, something that he wants to train over there. So we might do that. We might go run... Well, honestly, we might do a run, just a quick run, from Port Carnelian. Well, hold on here. Maybe we'll make an opposite direction. We'll go from Guider's Morn to Port Carnelian to the Iron Republic, and then to the Command Canal. We'll go up, pick up Sunlight, and drop off our coffee beans that we'll get from Port Carnelian. We'll load up on lots of mirror catch boxes, since we don't have the risk of getting a wound like we do in Aestival when we're up on the surface when we fill up our mirror catch boxes there. And then we'll probably do a modified run that we have been doing before. So before we were going from Aestival to Nook to the Chelinet. Once we get done with this, the Cumaean Canal, we can just go straight to Nook to the Chelinet to drop off our mirror catch boxes. So we'll trade off the sapphires, mirror catch boxes for sapphires in Nook and trade those sapphires to the Chelinet. And that'll be even more valuable trade than just dropping those mirror catch boxes over at Guider's Morn. Yeah, that'll be very good. That'll be very interesting indeed. But that'll be a thing for next time. Maybe we'll finally fight some of those bigger monsters that the horror specs in the Gant poll wants us to fight. We haven't been able to find any of them, really. We haven't found a single behemoth stash. We haven't found phthalates or beloveds or tristeligants. Just nothing around. And I'm not exactly sure as to why. Really not sure. But we'll try to go and get them done. And maybe we'll start working a little harder on getting some of our endgame goals done. To get probably the Fathom King's goals finished. Maybe the one from the Grand Geode. We essentially have three options if we want to successfully establish a kingdom over in Aestival. We have the Fathom King. Sorry, not even the Fathom King. That is for our father's bones. We have the Grand Geode, who wants supplies. Let's check that out here. Yeah, 50 supplies, 7 crew, some vital intelligence. The figurehead of the Eater of Names, which is sailing somewhere around over here. Ooh, and you know what? I've actually just noticed there's an island over here. Interesting. And a Dread Surmise. And if we go give that to him, he'll give us something to prevent the light at Aestival from corrupting, from messing with us, essentially. So we'll be able to set up our kingdom there. That's our endgame goal. Or we can do it from Irem. Now, Irem needs all of our stats to be at 100 or over. And it also needs an empty mirror catch box. But it doesn't require any of those physical aspects. So if we somehow manage to raise our stats like that, we might be able to get it from there. And if we do that, our next captain, our following captain, will start with all of his stats. I think maybe not all of them, but quite a few of them. Whatever ones we pick, start with their stats over at 50, which would be a pretty good lead for that particular captain. And then finally, we have the Fathom King's Hold. We have the Bones of Our Father, and he wants the Heart of Mount Nomad or the Tree of Ages, a brilliant weapon, which I'm pretty sure is the weapon we could get at Station 3, a Mirror Catch box of Sunlight, a Officer with a Finished Quest, which we do have. We've got a few of those. The Eldest's End, so we'll need to fill out all of the colors, I assume, for the first Curator over in Venderbite, and the Fruit of the Eternal Tree, which I'm pretty sure is the fruit, is the nut or the seed of whatever tree drops in Adam's Way that we need to intercept on the way to the ground. So maybe we'll start working on those. And of course, we've got a whole bunch more officers whose quests we haven't nearly gotten towards. We still got a lamentable relic for the folks at Rosegate, for the tobacconist over there. The last thing for his underwater cigar. And we have basically all of the underwater areas on the whole map. We've not gone to many of them except for the underwater cities. So we might start doing that. But again, that'll be for next stream. And that will be at on Thursday at 3 PST. That'll be when I come back to Sunless Sea. If you're not just interested in the Sunless Sea stuff, I will be back tomorrow. Same time, 3 PST, playing some more Subtech Ages. We're just going to be working on some machines over there. And we might be getting some quality of life stuff set up. But I hope to see you guys at one of those 2 times. If not, I hope you find a fantastic trade route going up to the surface and selling off your coffee beans for massive profits. I I, for the meantime, will be off. That's the end of the stream. Thanks for coming, everybody. Cheers, everybody.